Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to...
You know, I was wondering, if you could keep on, because the force, it's got a lot of power, and it makes me feel like it makes me feel like
Here we go. Morning, everyone. Or good afternoon, to be honest. A little bit later of a stream today, but hey, man. Yeah, we got a classic right here, setting the tone for the day. Let's get some high energy in here. I don't know how high it can be because we are going to be playing a little. You know what it is. You know what time it is. It's the new season. I missed last week's first playthrough, but I think they just added the first Raid Finder wing. I can probably do like it on maybe on normal and do a whole run through, but it might take up a little too much time. So I'd rather just run Raid Finder and we'll piece the story together a week by week. It should be one per week. One wing per week. I'm assuming it's probably 3 wings, maybe 4. I'm not sure. It's the last patch, so it could be a little shorter. But yeah, man, we have some interesting news today with it. Let me pull up my OBS on here though. Damn, my hair's messy. I am getting a haircut though tomorrow. Thank God. Okay, here we go. Display capture. Here we go. All right, what do we have here? I heard there's some news regarding Legion Remix. Oh my God. Oh my God. A lot of shit has gone down since. Race to World First is underway. Spoilers, not going to check that out yet. We'll check that out on stream. New Ghost of Store in-game cinematic. Okay. First look at the Legion Remix. This is interesting. I'll take a look. I think we know already what this is. The weekly so with the wins and the not wins. Maybe. Useful macro to upgrade your... I heard about this. I kind of want to save this. This for sure. Legion Remix revealed. Turbo Boost is returning. Okay, let's take a look. Today is more of a WoW day. So it's going to be a chill kind of stream. Is the music too loud when I'm chatting? I wonder if I should turn it off or change also the scene. But right now, I don't know. It's too much. I think I need a bigger scene for when I'm chatting, though. Or going over things. I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. Actually, I really don't care too much about this. No, this might spoil the story.
All right, and we are back with Race Roll First Recap Day 1.
Hopeful band, split pacing, dimensions. Cool. Actually, I don't want to take a look into any of these just yet. Legion Remix revealed. So this is what I really wanted to check out. So for people who are playing WoW, they've already seen the first iteration of the remix. It was World of Warcraft's Mists of Pandaria. It was an interesting one to choose Pandaria first. But whatever. I mean, I love that zone. That was one of my favorite expansions. It's kind of divisive. Some people like it, some people don't. I think, though, in general, by the end of the expansion, it was considered one of the greatest expansions. But yeah, some people just didn't like the theme. They didn't like that it was built off of a meme class. Or a meme. It was the meme Pandaren race, which was always kind of it was more of like an Easter egg. And then they made it fully fleshed into the real world, which I think was cool. All right, let's take a look. So Remix was basically a way to experience an expansion in a very fast pace. Unlock cosmetics, mounts, things of that nature in a way that would take a lot longer in the regular retail version, and also to experience some of the things that were removed, because the game is like a live service game. Things change, the world's change, and then there are some things that you can never go back and get. It's just done. The world's changed. There's ways to revisit how the places looked like in the past, but not fully to the originals. They have done certain like phases where the world has kind of changed forever, and a lot of people weren't able to get certain things, and they were able to experience it in Remix. It was locked only to a specific character. You can't get well, the transmogs and the mounts and everything can go on to the next, right? Like you're able to unlock the cosmetics, but the cloaks or the special legendary items or anything that was gone, anything that's gone right now in retail, yeah, like that's locked to your character for the Remix. It's just a separate server basically, I think, and you're basically playing and reliving it with a little bit of a twist. They make it faster paced to level, increasing gains for ults. It's very alt friendly. It is kind of more like a Diablo approach, where you're running through and you're trying to play on multiple characters. I feel like it's more for that. If people want to get up other characters, it's a very fast and easy way to do it. I personally have mentioned before, I don't like doing that. I don't like doing seasonal stuff like that for Diablo, and I don't see myself playing a lot of classes, so I don't see myself doing that. Like, especially if I had all my ults leveled up. I have 4 ults. Yes, it would be a good time to kind of do it, to level them up, but I'd rather level them up in the old world. I like to get the abilities and play with them and learn them, because when you rush through, or when you get those crazy levels and you get a max level real quick, you don't really get a good grasp of your character. And what I think this does is it's a speed run for I think people who already know their classes and just want to do some more unlocks, feel that power level, get certain achievements done that aren't in the main game. There are like, a hard mode or whatever it is in this, and it is tuned differently than what it was in retail. So yeah, I don't think it's the greatest for a new player. Considering we tried getting to one of our boys into the game at a weird point in the expansion, it just didn't work. I think the best way is to kind of go pick a zone. Now Chromie Time has it differently. They changed it up, but you're able to basically create your character and level it in pretty much any zone, and it kind of scales. But I think the scaling is a better pace for new players. But for people like me who've played the game, we already kind of just know what happened. We might want to revisit Legion, get those cosmetics. I think this is a great opportunity, and especially for the people trying to get like different kind of mounts and everything else that is just going to take a lot longer in retail. This is a good opportunity to create a character and see how it is. Burn through a lot of this content, and usually get a resource that allows you to purchase everything else. So you spend significantly less time grabbing some of those things. And yeah, it looks like maybe they're just funneling all these players' activities, like grabbing all the stuff in the past that they see probably people doing and pushing it forward. Like, all right, we see a lot of the player base, they're spread out. They might not be doing as much PvP or the new PvE. They're still getting old stuff. This is a way to kind of push it and say, let's clear this up. So now we have new content to work on and a lot more new things in the real world, where we'll have more people joining in and playing with each other, I think, in retail. That's what it seems like to me. With the amount of events that they've been doing and how much things have been spread out. Let me take a look. Let's see what it says, though. Our remix story so far. What's new in the Legion remix? Remixed artifact weapons. Artifact weapons were dope. These are really dope. Instead of the cloak and gem systems from the remix of Mists of Pandaria, we're going all in on artifacts. Okay. So they had these gem systems, which was new. So there were some new elements in Remix. But this, it looks like they're moving away from that, which is probably better. And now they're going back in on the artifacts, which are really, really fun. If your artifact weapon shows a powerful trade chain, you choose a path to go along. So did they change the artifact weapons? That would be interesting. You won't be locked in and can respec anytime. Now made easier with your new quick assign feature. You can control click. That's great. Up to your remaining infinite power purchase toward your select point. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You also find jewelry along the way lets you add ranks to traits from any path. Taking ranks from other paths or boosting your chosen path beyond its natural limits. Mix and match to customize your artifact weapon. Okay. Is this though the same weapon? I don't know what this one was, but I do see this right here. That currency, you get shit ton. Obviously things require a lot. But the more alts you make, the easier it is to funnel it into one main character. Because I think this is shared across. Or there was a way that you can funnel it into one character. That's what I did for my monk. And I just made him a beast when I played a Mists of Pandaria remix. I should have been able to like carry my friends if I wanted to, pretty much solo, I feel like, because my guy was a monster. Inspired Diablo Heroic World tier is a new way to play outdoor content. It turns to experimenting to prepare champions of Azeroth for what could happen if things get worse. She's empowering creatures to have more health, more damage, and sometimes affix-like buffs. Oh, okay. Interesting. That is definitely inspired by Diablo. I don't know if I like that. While you'll encounter tougher foes, if you can overcome them, you reap rewards in the end. Okay, I guess. Time Warped Obelisks. Power up with Time Warped Obelisks. These grant temporary powerful. Okay, just buffs around the world. That's fine. Time Worn Keystone Dungeons. So there's... Wow, they're making it like a whole separate... Oh, shit. A lot of these new modes that they're doing, they really are trying to put a lot of what they've learned from retail and shove it into these modes, and you're really getting like a full experience. So it's interesting. It might be too much of a grind if some people are playing this game plus that. Each day players can choose new research assignments to undertake. Yeah, that's fine. You back up to 6 days of quests that you can do when you're ready to take them. That's better. Because it was a little bit annoying with Remix. More and more and more loot. All right, here, this is what I think a lot of people are waiting for. Violet Spellwing Mount is back. Spell-infused class mounts. Is that new? Oh my god. Elegant Elven Ajara-inspired robe transmonks. Wait. Spell-infused class mounts? That's going to be crazy if every single class are going to have their class mounts. Class mounts was yeah, you definitely had to put some time into your class hall, your order hall or whatever it was. Huh. Manaroth's Shield Transmog, Avarian's Fellow Corrupted Swords. Never before released mounts, transmog sets, and more. This is what people want. I'll be honest, this is what they like to go for. Legacy we're going to rare raid transmogs such as Avis' Shoulders. Okay, and Slate of the Unmaker, an original red and a new fill green. The titles, I don't really care too much about. Cost of loot. Bronze is making its return as a currency player can use to purchase cosmetic items only. Instead of upgrading your gear with bronze, upgrades will drop from all content. Hunter content will provide a higher drop chance for upgrades. I could keep some music on in the background. Kind of lowered here. Transferring your character will remove all remix specific items and abilities, clear your quest log, and grant you level. Yeah. So again, you can transfer your character at the end. It's a way to level up characters and alts, but everything when you bring it back to the main world or when it's done, yeah, it's a one-way trip. You're done. New phases every 2 weeks. Huh. Still giving out AOTC mounts. Pick one, Blizzard. Content doesn't come back, or it does. So that's one of the main things that honestly a lot of people are pissed off about. Or it's inconsistent. You know, this is an achievement. You had to have ahead of the curve to get this. This was a mount that if you missed out, that's it. You're done. You can't get it anymore. And now they're bringing it back. So there were certain mounts that they were doing and now they're adding. And that pisses a lot of people off because for PvP, for example, there were certain ones that were locked to certain ratings. You couldn't get it. Now it's done with the season. Some of those transmogs are insane. The tints look so much better. People want them that didn't want to play PvE maybe at the time, or they missed out on PvP. Me, for one, I definitely missed out on PvP. I missed out on some Glad mounts and other ones that I would have definitely tried to go for. But I just wasn't playing, or I missed out and I didn't realize they were there. And that's crazy because it's like, well, pick and choose. You're allowing certain things to come back, but you know, it's like they're cherry picking different ones to say, okay, we can bring this back, and that's still cool. Maybe somebody really wanted this one, right? But some people like other stuff too, and it's like, well, you know, where's your stance on this? A lot of times they say things and then 2 years later, maybe it's new developers, and they change it completely. They add a system in that they said they would never do again, and they add it in and people hate it. So it's a little bit annoying. There's some inconsistency. I think they say the one thing that Blizzard is consistent about is their inconsistency. I don't know, man. It's something else.
Hello everyone, today's Wowcast is all about Legion Remix, our fast, fun, and filled.
Does she have fangs? Are those real? I feel like I've been seeing this a lot. Some people are getting this procedure, right, where they get fangs. That's interesting.
And I've got two of the Remix masterminds here to break it all down. Let's meet them.
Hey, I'm Josh. I'm a content designer on the live game team and feature owner of Legion Remix. Players will know me for making secrets and hanging out in the secret finding Discord, but I've also worked on Mists of Pandaria Remix and Love is in the Air.
Oh, this guy is the one with all those damn secrets trying to get one mount you have to spend 7 hours on? Oh, man.
And I'm Ray, lead producer of the live game team. I have the fortunate opportunity to see all the features on the live game team, specifically today to talk about Legion Remix. You've also maybe seen me as production owner of Plunderstorm. Oh, now that I think about it, my dwarf is probably still swimming in that lobby.
You should get him out.
Yeah, we need to get him out of there.
He did. Wait, what
Let's
did he do?
kick things off with the basics for those who may have missed the Mists of Pandaria Remix event last year. What exactly is Legion Remix, aka Lemix, the community calls it?
So Legion Remix is a time-limited season.
Lemix? I can't watch that right now. Blizzard announced that Turbo Boost will be returning for Season 3. And Turbo Boost increased all the Hero and Mythic track upgrades by 2, introduced Overcharged Elves, gave players the puzzling part. Oh! Okay. After 11.2.5. Ah. I don't know about the dinar system. Nah, I'm not even gonna. Delves no longer give XP, so your only ways up are the weekly quest, opening bountiful coffers, 4 per character per day, right? Finding hidden troves, which doesn't unlock until rank 2 things. Oh man. That sucks. Honestly, I think, yeah, you know what people are saying, you don't need myth track items next season. Everything's gonna be click, done, delete, throw it away. trash it, vendor it, do whatever you want, disenchant the items, they're not going to be worth it. So I don't think even the dinar system is actually that helpful right now. Right now, my character feels strong because it was pretty damn strong going into it. It had a lot of top items. I think it's going to be a while until I start even changing pieces. I got my new helm. I can't even equip it. I mean, I could, but I think if I break the set bonus right now, it's just too much. So, yeah. Oops. I didn't do this. Pick up the weekly dungeon and complete it. Choose Koresh Trust, of course. We have to do this. Wrath Time walking for sure. Pick up and complete the Titan Disc quest from Brinth for your... Ooh. Your Delves weekly from Bran and the Call of the World Soul from Farron Lothar. Finish the campaign. Okay. The 4th chapter and the epilogue are available this week. Finish them. Pick up the raid quest for slaying Dominius. Dominius? Yeah, and you can actually upgrade your cloak. Okay, so we got a couple things we got to do. Let's see about this. There we go. Let's get right to it. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh wait, I think bottom corner? This might be the best spot for it. Maybe here. Yeah, we need to bring this further down, I think. Do like this for now. All right, Dornagal, what do we have here? We have the Cinderbreed. What is it called? Dungeon Finder. Follower specific. Cinderbrew Meadery. All right, let's just get that done. We still need to check out Ecodome Aldani. That's the newest dungeon. I want to check that out. We've never done that yet. See how it looks. The newest one last season was pretty dope. Right now I'm on my rogue, man. Giving the rogue a shot. I have 3 other classes that I definitely want to get up. I always wanted to roll a monk. I have a hunter, which used to be my OG class. I started this game out with the hunt. It was probably... My guy's just gonna mop these up, by the way. This is just a follower dungeon. Mad low level. I'm just trying to get this quest done because it gives me crazy XP. And my guy is juiced the fuck up. He had 680, almost 684 item level before the patch. But the cloak came in. This is the new legendary cloak. Pray you never get a cloak drop. I have this. This just came in my vault, which is dope. It's a hero piece gear. I was thinking, do I want to go all out, go for mythic level items? At least if you do mythic plus and you hit a certain rating, your vault, you can get myth gear. And instead of getting it from mythic raids, which is damn near impossible, unless you're playing this game like night and day, it's better, I think, to it's better to do the mythic plus and then use your catalyst to convert it to myth level gear. I don't think the last leg of the expansion, I don't think it's important because next season we're going into a whole new game. All this gear is going to be kind of worthless. It's a DPS. Yeah. Definitely for kiting and stuff, that's going to be more PvP oriented. If you want to kite people, you're going to be like a hunter. You're basically damaging people and you're kind of like falling back. That was the play style back in the day. So the reason I went rogue is because it was a if you can't beat them, join them kind of ordeal. Hold on. Dungeons allow a follower to lead the way. Okay, he can lead the way. This is basically for people who just want to get the quest done, and maybe if they want to experience content real quickly. You're only playing right here with PvE players, AI or whatever. They just added this in. It's a way to kind of quickly do these things without having to find a team. It's kind of crazy how the game has become less community driven and more like solitaire. There are still, obviously, I'm going to be doing PvP a little bit this season, which I skipped completely last season. But yeah, they definitely added a lot of ways to play this game without having to find players who are available to play. It's crazy. I can see the pros and cons, but the community aspect of this game has been going for a while. But yeah, just to get back to it, if you can't beat them, join them was the mentality I had with choosing a rogue. I fucking hated this class. Versing this class. I was a hunter, so you got to keep people away. I'm constantly kiting them, shooting them, freeze trap, scatter shot, trying to basically keep them CC'd, crowd controlled, because they're fucking annoying. And I finally, I started playing PvP, and I was so upset. I always see Rogue Mage Priest. It's a classic, PvP comp. You ask anybody, what's like a solid comp? RMP, RMP, RMP. You don't have to know this game. If you say, oh yeah, RMP, they'll think you know WoW, because that's Rogue Mage Priest. It's just a classic composition. They're mad fucking annoying, and that's why I went with them. I said, you know what? I'm going to be a little stealth fuck, come behind people, catch them off guard, burst people down. The playstyle I like, though, and it's a little tough. We're in the last leg of the PvP season. I always find the first season is better for sub-rogue. There's different trees. You can play the rogue in a different way. TFT. What's TFT again? There is. So there's two things. There's PvP and PvE. PvE are bite-sized ones in Mythic Plus. These are challenges you can do. You do small dungeons with a group of 5, and you can push yourself higher and higher keys to get better loot. It is a cap at some point, and then it's really just for bragging rights, or who's the best in the world at however highest key you can get. Increases in difficulty. That's kind of like maybe that Diablo aspect, right? But that's for bite-sized ones. There's also raids. So there's dungeons and raids. Raids are the 20 people kind of groups. 10 player, 25 player, that kind of raid size. They have that in the game. Oh, the auto battler? That would be Blizzard's Hearthstone. Not Hearthstone specifically, that's their card game, but they have an auto battler in there. Their auto battler game mode is it's called Battlegrounds. And I want to say that was the closest one to League of Legends TFT. Because I think it was Dota Chess or whatever they called it. And then I don't know if it was League of Legends or Blizzard who put out theirs first. I know TFT came out and Battlegrounds for Hearthstone. And that's that mode. That's where you kind of you create your little team comp and then you roll the dice, right? And you see how it ends up. You get your team composition laid out, and then they just fight. And then it's there might be some luck involved, I believe. Yeah. So that's different. That's I love Hearthstone. I played Battlegrounds. That battler game mode is highly addicting. Highly addicting, and you can get lost in that game. I could play it for hours and be like, oh, I'm off for if I go on at night, I might think I'm only on for 45 minutes, then I check and it's 8 hours went by. So I don't play that anymore. I play Hearthstone's original mode, which is kind of like Magic the Gathering, I guess. A card game with with that kind of, with those kind of rules. It's a watered down MTG. Which I don't know anything really about Magic the Gathering. I've never played it. but this is what I've heard. I heard a lot of the people who also developed it came from that kind of background. But yeah, this game is more like, I don't know, is it RuneScape was the original? There's basically 2 branches, PvE, PvP. PvE, man, I chose the wrong class. I hate melee classes in PvE. You're up and you have to dodge mechanics. Like right now, my guy's juiced up. I could stand in this fire all day, or this fucking whatever it is, and I'm fine. But when you're doing hard stuff and you have to dip and dodge and you got to get off the boss and you're losing damage, it's annoying. My hunter, 10 times, I loved it 10 times more for PvE. I would rather PvE only on my hunter, right? Because it's ranged. Staying in the back, you don't have to really worry. This, for PvP though, having to deal with kiting these little fuckers right here, me, this little stealth class coming in cheap shot, stunned. Then you do a kidney shot, another stun, 5 seconds. Then I remove his weapon. He can't do anything. He's sitting there just getting beaten on. That is so annoying, and it's the reason I went to Rogue. I hated this class so much. I actually became the villain. I became a Rogue myself. I hated them. They're so annoying. So I go. My thing was like, fuck it. All these fucking Rogues annoying me. I'm gonna be one. And they're fun, man. They're sneaky class, but every class has its own tree now. I mean, they always did, but they added some other stuff. This looks a little crazy, but there's specs. So assassination is more of a bleed spec. You're damaging over time. You're kind of like a warlock. You play. You're hitting them with weapons and you're poisoning them slowly. Their body's draining. They're getting hit by, you know, certain kinds of procs. Outlaw is more of a beefier guy. He's a pirate. He's one that's gonna like be toe to toe with somebody, and they roll on a lot of luck too. I don't really like their play style. Very, very good for AoE. I'm sub rogue. I'm single target damage. I'm get in, get out, boom, 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 come out of stealth, slam somebody for crazy amounts of damage. I don't have a lot of sustained damage, but I come in and I burst people. And that mentality, that was, so it's sometimes worse for PvE. I first played Assassination and I love that. It's definitely a greater, stronger spec for doing damage. They've made changes now where sub is obviously competitive in a PvE environment, but PvP, that burst is what I like. End of season, when their stats, everyone's stats are high, versatility, they're taking diminishing, you know, there's diminishing returns, and like the damage that you're taking, it's a little bit annoying. I think Assassination starts to get better near the end, and I don't like that style of PvP. Even though I said I'd be playing this season, it might be one of my last seasons playing PvP. I might want to stick with PvE. Sub Rogue is better, I think, early on when people don't have their gear, things are fresh, and you're coming in, you're one-shotting people before gear scaling gets crazy later in the season. So we're gonna try PvP. We'll see. They try to tune it and balance it well, but I don't know, man. Time and time again, I've always felt like Sub Rogue kind of falls near the end. I just like them. I like the class. I like the fantasy. It's more shadow damage. You're kind of like a ninja. This is an assassin. This is a pirate. This is a ninja. I kind of, these two are, I'd always probably go between these. Like if next expansion, if I really don't ever PvP again, I might drop subtlety. And assassination would be where I'm at. I'm not an outlaw person. This is sword weapons, mace, hard hitting stuff. I like the dagger builds. I like to be able to go in sneakily and get out. No. So good games are terrible with time lost, man. Rust I've heard about. I've never played. Moon and Exiles I've never heard of. Man, they've nerfed them over time right now, and especially what I used to like to do. So the PvP aspect, there's 2 different ways you can play. You can do arenas, which you're in a 3v3 or a 2v2, whatever it is. Or you can do a 10v10. They've nerfed the ability to stun lock people. There's diminishing returns. It's just their openers are really strong. If you can survive and you can coordinate, you can succeed. And over time, I think they've changed that element. Because, you know, man, crowd control is king. You lock some people up. You don't have to have good gear. Like there's people who are like the top monsters of this game. They don't need the crazy gear, bro. They'll come in and they know the timings. They'll go like this. They'll sap people. he's crowd controlled. Okay, they start attacking. They know when to use their cooldowns, when to go for the big burst damage, and you can really finesse it. Subtlety is a very, 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 very high skill cap class for Rogue. I think Rogue in general. The assassination, the fucking slamming somebody, constantly letting them bleed to death, that really, there's, I think, a lower skill cap in my opinion. And I think if you watch all the top rogues in the world or any of the top classes, you'll see those glass cannon ones where you have to play around with your cooldowns. Those are the ones that can get to a high level because they know crowd control is king. It doesn't matter how much damage you can do if they're going to get healed up, right? You have to learn how to crowd control people and not step over their crowd controls. There's diminishing returns on them, so if you do one and it says, okay, like, this says a 1 minute for whatever, for PvE. If it's like 10 seconds in PvP and somebody else puts another one that's in the same spell school, then it reduces it. It's a lower amount. You might have to stack different crowd controls to achieve like the level of CC you want. But yeah, they have ways. Like as a hunter, you have your flare. You can see when somebody's coming. If you land in the flare and you sit in the middle, if you see them in the area. But you know, they have also shadow step too. I can go like this. I shadow step to them and hit them with a stun. I'll do one PvP with some real people to show you. This is just PvE easy. And I truly believe PvE is easier. I don't want to take away from the people who do like the world first right now for like mythic level shit. Like, I think it's going on right now, right? The race to world first.
Noxious, foreshadow.
Or maybe not today.
There's one time my boss calls me in the middle of a battle and is all...
I don't even know if it's out yet. It looks like 2 guilds have hit, who finished the raid, the PvE aspect, the 10v10 or 20v5. I mean, not 10v10, 25 man, or 20 man raid. I forgot how much they add in. So for raids, it can go up to, I guess, whatever number. I don't know if it's 40 anymore. I think it's 25, or maybe can you do 40? But it scales. If you don't fill your raid that much, you can do it, I think, in a lower amount. And all your gear, you don't lose it. You keep your gear always. Just over time, you know, every expansion, there's a new power level. But if you boss out and you have like mythic level items, like 684s, like shit's gonna drop that you're not even gonna need. I luckily got a high piece of 694 that can replace one of my highest item levels in the game. Normally though, this would take like my gear set, and a lot of this is going to take weeks probably to replace. If I played on an easy very level, like a casual level, this new expansion, everything I'd be putting on is better. But luckily, I kind of pad myself, and the next season it's a little bit easier. For PvP, start back to 0, man. PvP, it's all pure skill. They don't want to have people now having that much of an advantage. There is still a little bit of growth throughout the season, and you do get small item level increases, but yeah. You don't lose all your stats, though, for sure. You keep them. Just, you know, like my gear is going to outscale like a lot of like maybe casual to normal content. Wait, let me see, actually. I can pull it up. What's the raid level items? This is the newest raid, Manaforge Omega. On Raid Finder, the loot is 671. That's terrible. But that's the casual version. I'm already at 684 because I got the mythic track of last season. Once you go to normal, okay, now you're starting to get to 684. So you can play the new... Oh, shit. It is 684 base, but you can now upgrade the normal items to whatever item level it says. 691 is halfway, 4 out of 8. And then you need certain crests and stuff from other things to upgrade it higher. So you can. Heroic track is this is where I want to probably end off this season. Heroic track is fine. Last leg of the season, man, there's no reason to go mythic. Next season, a lot of these items are going to be obsolete. Bro, this is the end boss mount for mythic. That's fucking nice. Cosmic Hearthstone. Yeah. Damn. Smite was also one of those. I remember that. I didn't play it, but I remember that MOBA. Stealth characters can be crazy, man. They have, I mean, I love playing League of Legends too. I did. I don't know about the stealth characters if I played a lot of them. But in this game, it just feels nice to be able to escape situations you don't want to partake in. And especially for PvP, it's big on PvP, right? So I can just go like this. I'm hiding. I'm going to come behind somebody and chop, 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 blow all my cooldowns, burst them. I try to take them down as soon as possible. Slow power creep for sure, for sure. You can always like boost yourself up enough so the next content's easier and you start rewarding yourself quicker, or you can take the casual route and it's just going to take longer and longer. But yeah, if they're now on a 3-patch cycle, the game's finally at a fresh point. I think this is the first time that they're going to do this, where it's a 3-patch season or a 3-patch expansion. They go right into the next one, so a year and a half instead of 2 years. 2 years, you start to get it stale. You'd have the last 6 months, you're just bored as shit. You're not really doing anything. They do have abilities built in on the trinkets. Most of these are stats. Okay. There's always a tier set. So I have the tier pieces are on 5 items. It's on your head, your shoulder, your chest, your gloves, and your legs. And you can mix and match because you only need 4 pieces. 4 out of 5 to get the bonuses. See, when I get 2-piece bonus, it says set 2. Your spells and abilities have a chance to blah, blah, blah. It does something for your character. You build around it and you get some kind of bonuses. I always get a 4-piece set for PvE. PvP is different for rogues. Some of the sets are so weak, you don't need it. This belt, you have different stuff that you can do and change. This is a very, very strong belt. This right here has a lot of different abilities or different effects for it, for different classes. You can socket things to your liking if you want more finisher move, if you want more attack speed, crit, whatever it is. The passives can change on different pieces of gear. Like I showed you, these ones give you a passive. They don't really give you an active item like League. It's not going to give you a new ability, except the trinkets do sometimes. So for this one's interesting. It's huge for PvE. It's not good for anything else because of the they front loaded onto the passive. But for this, like this one right here is an equip. It's an on use, excuse me. You have an ability, you click it, and now it's on cooldown for 1:30. You use it again when you're trying to burst somebody. It increases your mastery. So the next time you attack, you're gonna have more damage. They're not crazy. It's not like I'm trying to think, what does League have? What items do they have? Do they have a lot of on use? There's a lot more on use effects in League. Yeah. What am I saying? A lot of on use effects, where for this game they primarily tie it to the trinkets. Sometimes you might have something here, but it's usually just passive. It's things that'll change your gameplay and how you want to play your character. There are things you can socket too, like, you know, chances to do extra damage. If you want to do PvP, you know, now I'm swapping in a different kind of helm or a different kind of socket. Instead of damage, I might want to have reduced crowd control, so I'm not stun locked for ages, or I'm taking reduced damage. I'm focusing more on defense. So it's an interesting game. It takes up a lot of time if you want to be higher up there, right? You can play differently though. I mean, I guess you can play it any way you want. I guess you can kind of take it easy. There's different tracks. You can start off small, you can go higher, you can push to, you know, Raid Finder is the easy mode. It's kind of like just a tutorial, just to see things. Like if you want to play this game and you want to hear the story, Raid Finder, that's it. Raid Finder, you have your follower dungeons. You can kind of just see things. You want a challenge, then you can go to, or the base level of the game is normal, and then you can go to heroic. Heroic, in my opinion, is a good challenge. Mythic is where you want to main this game. I'm done playing that game like this. I know I have a couple Mythic pieces on me last season. I'm done with that, though. Nah. I'm done. I'm at the point where I can give Heroic a shot, and I think that's a good, healthy level to kind of play. You have a good amount of things you can do at the Heroic level. You don't have to play the full end game. Most of the end game stuff that I do, it's just so I want to, like a lot of things, I'd rather just get. I'm more skilled, I think, or I put more time and effort into the PvP aspect. And even then, I mean, I'm washed up nowadays. I took a break last season. Fuck. Solo Shuffle Arena, Solo Battlegrounds, 3v2, 3. Oh my god. All these things to grind. I would rather help people out, get ratings for transmogs and gear, and take that gold and then pay them to run me through the mythic stuff for PvE. Because PvE, I think, is really, it's really just time in, time out. Honestly, like, you just kind of learn it. It's like playing there is a solved strategy at the end, and there is still a challenge. But PvP, man, you're always dealing with somebody else who you don't know what the knowns are. You don't know what they're going to do. You can kind of script it. You can kind of know, oh, I do this, they're going to respond with that. But there's always the elements of the unknown. When every time you step into an arena or a battleground, there's a different composition you're versing. They don't have that randomness in PvE. Eventually, with enough gear and being on point with your movements and when to damage, you can achieve like the highest of the highs. I guess you could say it for PvP. I don't want to get into a big fight about it with people, because some of these people, they really get offended about it. I honestly believe in my heart of hearts, the top PvPers, if they had devoted their time to PvE, they'd make the world firsts look like a very simple thing. But the one skill set that PvE players have that PvP, no, the PvPers do. The PvEers have tenacity in a certain sense of facing defeat, which I don't know if these PvP players, like, that's, I feel like a personality trait. They're getting up, they're wiping on bosses 400, 500 fucking like crazy amounts of times, doing the same fight over and over and over, and you're losing 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 hours of the day to get your world first. And there's definitely a personality trait that you have to be able to do that without like tilting. The PvP players, they have, yes, they've learned over time. They've lost many times, like, like Michael Jordan, you always remember his losses. But I don't know, man. Like, I saw some of them on WoW Classic, and I don't know if they had that built into them, Their minds are really fast and sharp, and I think they're very smart and learn the competitiveness and learn things quick. But the tenacity of trying things constantly and having to depend on your other teammates, it could be a different skill set. You're getting beaten over and over and over and over and over again. I can't even watch some of these world firsts. I'm just like, it's draining sometimes. Like, damn. No, active story for sure. Yeah, story's huge. Story's been going on though since like back in the day. I missed out on the Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2. I was a kid or a teenager, I think, when Warcraft 3 came out. And Warcraft 3, if I were to tell you to play something, Warcraft 3 and Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne, the expansion, are probably my two favorite. These might be up there. Like, if I'm gonna rank my top games of all time, and I'm putting obviously Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time #1, Warcraft 3 and Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne, the story of these games, it's an RTS game. Oh man, oh man. Oh man, just watch the cinematics. Type like World of Warcraft on YouTube and watch the cinematics, and you'll see like some of the stories, bro. They were so good. The game has evolved. I think that it's no longer RTS. They have this story, and in all honesty, the story sometimes takes a hit. I feel like in these kind of things, MMORPG, it's okay. The RTS back in the day had a story and a half. If you never heard the Warcraft story, oh man. There was a movie, and I don't think it did that well because I think you really needed to understand things as a newcomer coming into it. Was a little tough. If you didn't know certain things watching that, I don't know if it's a good standalone movie to watch, the World of Warcraft movie. And I don't think it did well. PvE players got crazy drive. I don't know about some of the people I know from Destiny grind like 10 hours a day on the same mission. PvE is a bit more fresh and easy to play often. I don't know how PvE players do. I really don't. I don't know how. I enjoy doing PvE content to a certain level. The Mythic Raiders, though, they're on par with the top 3K kind of guys. So there's a guy in here, and that comes into here. He's in our Discord. He's the world's best evoker in NA, and honestly, probably in Europe too, because Europe didn't have the best evoker players. He's like literally one of the best PvP classes, or one of the best kids in PvE on a specific class is in our Discord. He's a chill kid. I met him in PvE. And he's a savage. I've always told him, man, if he streamed, he can get up there. He can pull those peekaboo numbers. Peekaboo pulls like 14K playing a rogue on WoW. For PvP, that's insane. Like the next best rogue only does like 1,000 viewers max. He's a Europe guy. So my boy Cade, man, he's insane. You'll see him. He'll pop in here sometimes. He's got a kid now on the way, so he doesn't have as much time. Is he on right now? Where is he? He's not on. He's a beast. I'm talking a beast. I'll play with him in PvP, and I'm literally... That's called... if I play with him, if I queue up with him... Oh, man, that's a freebie. I don't even... I could step away from the computer. He might 2v1 these kids. Or 1v2 him. No, so World of Warcraft is the MMO. So this came out when I was going into college. No. When I was in college, freshman year of college, World of Warcraft came out. That's just the World of... That is literally the MMORPG, everything online like this. The original one, all the games started out as a RTS, real-time strategy game. You know, the top-down, kind of like Command and Conquer, this thing right here. You know what I mean? So League of Legends came from this, right? I know the people who made League of Legends. I was part of the beta team for Dota. So Dota, before Dota 2, Dota was on the Warcraft 3 editor. You can do custom games and you created maps. So I knew the guys who made like the old tower defense strategy games, right? It all came from Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3 was phenomenal. Warcraft 3 was huge for the gaming industry. It allowed people to use an editor to create games. And you saw those games now in like across different genres, kind of like some of their roots trace back to the mod or the custom editor they used to be able to create anything with. So when it was Dota used to be just on Warcraft 3. You pop on Warcraft 3 and you play a game of Dota. And the team are the same guys who made League of Legends. There was a split. IceFrog, there was a different handling. They were handing off who was going to have control of the game, right? And IceFrog had an opportunity to take this game, and they saw how much downloads we were getting, like million downloads a day eventually. And they said, fuck this. We're letting people play for free. Let's create our own game. And it split. Dota went to Dota 2. They went with the Steam route. And then two of the main kids that I played with when I was in college grabbed the rest and said, hey, we're going to make League of Legends. We're going to take this Dota. We're going to make League of Legends off of Warcraft 3. And that's what happened. That's why you have the two big MOBAs right now. If you go back, you can see if you pull up the old patch notes, my old name was PDD Prac. It was like my practice account. I'd be on there for like some of the things that we'd be doing. It was like 10 of us originally, and it grew. A lot of them started working for Blizzard, but I wasn't leaving I wasn't leaving college for that. At that time, gaming, like, I'm not going to say esports and all that and money wasn't, a big thing, but telling my parents, hey, I'm leaving college. Rutgers is cool and all, but I'm going to go work on a video game, take a gamble. Plus, they wanted like a big investment if you want to be a part of it. But yeah. No, the Discord that I link is mine. Yeah, the Leets only one. You can invite your friends in. I have to clean it up. I want to get a Discord mod or a person who can kind of spruce it up. There's a couple of different Discords I've seen that I kind of want to, you know, if you have ideas too, please let me know. What do you think I should have? Yeah. You know what? It was interesting. The thing was, it was like an open editor. It was like, hey, we have assets in the game. Create your own stuff. They created different things in the game. Tower defense, Dota, all those kind of stuff. And then as long as they created their own look, you know, they're not using their assets anymore. I think it was legal to be able to like say, hey, we created these ideas for characters. It wasn't like they were ripping off Dota 1. It wasn't like Dota 1 was literally just, this was it. You know, you have your characters, everything was Warcraft icons and everything, all the different character names. They just had to say, okay, we're going to create our own engine, have our own thing. We built this. We created this game using just your assets. Now we're going to make things on our own. It wasn't like they were using all the characters like Arthas or whatever, all those different icons in the game. Oh man, this is the old original screen. Oh man, wait, can I find my name on here? Let me see the patch notes. Holy shit, Dota All-Stars. It was Dota Defense of the Ancients, right? That's insane. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, if everything kind of looked the same, but they created the different art styles. Dota 2 created their own look, and then League of Legends created their own as well. But it's so funny. You look at them and you say there's so many similarities because they were both the same team. And they're just splitting into two different groups, right? It's like Apple. It's like, well, not like that's how they did it, but like, you know how you have your Android or your iPhone, right? They're both, you know, you both text, you both do certain stuff. Like this team all came from one spot and they created their own in the industry. It was insane. Yeah, man, for sure. You made the official Smite draft tournament disc? Hell yeah, man. Yeah, if he has experience in it, we'll talk. You know, I'll talk to him. We could talk about, you know, a couple things for sure. I have to see what, you know, he charges and whatnot. We're just kind of getting involved with things right now with like giveaways, and I have to manage the budget and all. But I definitely have that on my radar of things I want to do. But yeah, World of Warcraft is just an extension. It's the you're actually playing the character instead of a top-down real-time strategy game. So World of Warcraft came out way back. There is a story. I primarily play it now for the story. Here's the chapter. And now the last two story things just came out. For now. And as the expansion progresses, we're going to have some more content. It's a little drip feed. You don't get everything out. The things you can do every day right now are grind for gear, for PvE or PvP. It does take up a lot of time, this kind of game. So I always have to be careful about how much time I do put into it. Hold on, let me just check one thing. All right, I'm just doing a couple things that I have to do for the week. But it's crazy, man. This game is it's been going on for a long time, and I'm not sure how long they're gonna keep it going in terms of story and whatnot. I have a feeling they're gonna be doing something big in a few. There might be like a reset. People have been talking about WoW 2, or you know, revamping the game fully. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. We did get some OGs back though. One of my favorite guys, Chris Metzen, he's back in Blizzard doing things. So see if it is. Yeah, if it's anything, it's a possible opportunity. See, this stuff for me, like my rogue just one shot shit. Like boom, dead. This guy is outscaled this kind of thing. I'm only doing this for Resonance Crystal, something that I need for a couple of cosmetics. but I should take a look at the new content. Oh, the movie was good. Yeah. It was a good movie compared to I think what they've put out in recent years. I'm not sure if I liked it. Obviously the family aspect hits differently. Like a lot of that stuff, like I'm like, holy shit, like they're putting the wait, did you see the movie? I forgot if you said you saw it. I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, I saw my brother, my ma, her husband, and it was a pretty good one. Okay, good. So for me, like a lot of the stuff like I saw is just like memories. Things that if I was a kid seeing it, I don't know how it would be like, how it would relate as much. You know, they're baby proofing the house. They're doing all that stuff. It's like hilarious because I'm thinking of the first time like we had kids and what we had to do. The damn car seat, putting a fucking car seat in is probably the hardest thing in the world. It's probably easier to defeat Galactus than put a car seat in, right? I don't know if you have kids or not. I don't even know where you're at. Oh, okay. So you have you. It's just like for me, I enjoyed the family aspect. I think I enjoyed Thunderbolts though a little more. I was telling my brother, I'm not sure if it was the pacing at one point. Not the pacing. Maybe a little bit of the pacing. I think because of the tone. I feel like maybe there could have been like another minute. I did miss one part. Oh, so I did miss like a brief moment when I ran to the bathroom. My brother told me what I missed. And maybe they did kind of... Oh my god. Kind of touch on things and make it more... I don't want to say grounded, but there was just one point I felt like the tensions or the stakes kind of got lost. I don't know if it was when Vanessa Kirby was talking to the other actor, well, Sue and Johnny, and maybe I just felt like it was I felt like the threat was kind of gone for a sec, or that maybe she was kind of like, I guess, yeah, in that situation. For me, all right, for me, sometimes I don't know the tone that Marvel's going for. I think they do a good job. I think this one did a better job than, like, you know, Thor Love and Thunder, where they're kind of cracking jokes when somebody's dying from like cancer, and how fast they change the tone. I think we're way far away from like that part, which I'm glad. I think they can keep some like more serious tones and themes. I just felt like I lost it for a sec. I got pulled out for a brief moment. I was watching and I was just like, is that how they really act in this situation right here? It could be just me though, as a parent, thinking things differently. But then I realized, I think when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? The tone overall, it's a Marvel movie. They add the comedy in it. I think it wasn't too bad. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, 21. Yeah, you still got some time. So it might also hit differently, this movie, compared to something else. But, you know, I'm telling you, it wasn't even that, like, I don't know. I love the family aspect. Again, like I said, now having kids is crazy. Like, a lot of films I watch now, like, I couldn't even realize, like, man, like, what the hell? Was my dad, like, tearing up in some kind of movie? And I just didn't get it, you know, until you're a parent and you're like things just hit a little bit differently. But I think overall the movie was great. A great first step for Fantastic Four. I've never seen the other two ones, the two main ones. The ones with like Chris Evans and Jessica Alba, and the other one with Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan. So I can't really compare, but I heard those weren't really good films for Fantastic Four. So, you know, I think there could be a better future for Marvel compared to the last phase. Let's say that. I don't think I wasted my money, but I wasn't fully like, you know. There are some other movies and other shows that I feel like I would recommend to people and be like, you got to watch this. Whereas this, I'm like, I saw it and I told Nick, I was like, yeah, we don't have to go. out and see it. And that could also just be the fucking time and money that we have to worry about nowadays in this economy. Like going out to spend this kind of money. Hell, man, it was like 30 something dollars just for like some snacks and this and that, whatever. Forget like the ticket costs. Like, you know, we have to be very careful. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And I can't, it was something with it. It was just something I couldn't put my finger on. I don't know if it was the pacing or the tone. I'm trying, it may be a little bit of both. But it was just a brief part. I think the beginning was great. I think my brother said that too at the beginning of the movie versus maybe that second half. But I don't know. Yeah, Thunderbolts for sure was definitely better. Sue got her time to shine. Her only power. Yeah, she was OP. She has the invisibility. I guess she does this little force shock, right? But she was, she can push and pull. She was pulling. She was pushing. Oh my God. That was crazy. That was crazy. I was like, damn, a mother's love, man. It's like, it's crazy. I'm glad a lot of the things in the movie went the way they did. In terms of, I guess, some of the haters and what they were saying, oh, what this movie's going to be like, blah, blah, blah. I think they still stayed kind of true to what Marvel's been up to right now recently and how they're handling. I think I just thought it wasn't bad. Okay, am I done with this area? What else do I need to do? We need to go here. 2 more zones, and then we're going to go to the main one. Yeah, Thunderbolts just felt better. Which is crazy, though. Because a lot of those characters I really didn't know. Or at least I started to learn them from Marvel. I used to play Marvel Snap, which is another card game kind of like Hearthstone. Actually, Ben Brode is the person who kind of helmed it. And he was one of the main guys for Hearthstone way back in the day. So I'm glad he found some success with Marvel Snap. I used to play it, I don't play it more. But man, I learned so much. Like, I had nothing. I had no clue about comics or anything, right? With Marvel. Only the, you know, Tony Stark came through with Iron Man and the rest is history. I guess before that, Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, right? But I didn't know really anything. And then I started playing Marvel Snap and they had so many characters. And I was like, who the hell is this? And I'd see them in shows and movies, little cameos. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. I can't compare him, but Torch was pretty good. I think he did a good job. And from what I've heard about his persona and who he is in the comic books, I think it was pretty cool. I liked it. Yeah. He was compassionate. I have heard about that with him being kind of like a womanizer and things like that. But I kind of like how they talk about, oh, when he jokes around about, oh, you know, me in space, me and ladies or whatever. And they have the billboard with him, right? You know, kind of this like, you know, big shot kind of guy, but still having this, that compassion, like you said, you know, him stepping up, you know, as an uncle. There are certain parts of what he did, and what he was doing too. He carved his way into that role really well. I think it was really good. Yeah, a lot of my friends, man, we all played Marvel Snap a lot. And something happened. I think we just kind of stopped. It was a good, like, toilet game, man. You're on the toilet for a little bit and you're playing some Snap. But I like him. I also like that actor, though, man. He reminds me of, like, a young Robert Downey Jr. He was the man in Stranger Things. What do I want to do here? I don't want to do all of this. No, we got to get out. I'm just going to do the main thing right here. I honestly don't even need to do these. The only reason I'm actually doing this is because I fell behind on certain stuff and I want to get these resonance crystals. I should honestly just do some of the main content right now. Let's see if I can fuck somebody up in PvP. Quick match. Arena Skirm, Warsong Scramble. What do I have? Random Battlegrounds. Oh, what decks did I play? So destroy. Is that with like eating your minions and they're putting power everywhere? I had, you know, damn, hold on. There was definitely destroy decks with Carnage and Venom, and there was there was some, they had so many cards that were strong that they had to nerf. So I remember Galactus got nerfed. I played a deck with him in it. I played some ongoing ones. Oh man, it's been a long time. I have to think about it. Destroy, I think, was one of my favorite. Guardians of the Galaxy deck? What's the Guardians of the Galaxy deck? So I stopped playing, it was like maybe Echo came out or sometime after with, who was it? Maybe like the some X-Men variant. Maybe the girl X-Men, the girl Wolverine or something, experiment something, or X20. It was an X and some number. I remember around then is when I stopped playing.
Fierce predators of the undersea slither up and prey upon the fisher folk. Keep them clear.
Calm, man, get these fuckers off me. Guardians gain power if you could guess where your opponents were gonna play. Yes! Oh shit, that's early deck, right? Fuck, let me change my gear. I gotta change my PvP gear. And I should change my spec, to be honest. PV... Oh, cool down, I can't change it. My PvP spec with my pajama transmogs and my goofy ass swords. Huh. Yeah, if you played them at the same location as your opponent, I remember that now. That was early on, right? Wait, when did you stop? I like sneaking around. You know what? I liked control decks with location-based stuff, with like Professor X locking things down. When Spider-Man would lock stuff down, you'd sneak some power over to the side, throwing in Jeff the Baby Landshark in. Those were decks I loved. They made move fun as hell. The Spider-Man era was pretty dope. Okay, sap him. See, this is a control character. I sap him. He's kind of, oh shit. There's a druid anyways. Nah, he got me. Guy's immune.
Grant him an honorable death.
Okay, here he is. My boy needs help. Done. A little before Rivals came out, so maybe like a year ago. Played a little bit here and there, but I played a lot during the Deadpool event. See, like, yeah, you played way later than me. Deadpool event, I'm assuming that's probably when the Deadpool movie came out, right? I don't remember anything with that. I think I could probably pinpoint when I stopped. They started adding some crazy cosmetics. I think for me, the greed was kind of like for me. And I guess the way I play this game, I probably played it a little too crazy. I wanted to collect, like, I had like every skin. So right before I left, I sold my account. I had every skin in the game, every card variant or whatever in the game. And then I stopped playing it. I sold it dirt cheap. Somebody got away with like a deal. I think I only sold it for like $500, and it was way over. It was way over worth $1,000 plus. Who knows? Probably a lot more, to be honest. For me, for my friends, yeah, they weren't able to free to play it, and I think that's when it started to go downhill for them. They couldn't play new decks that they wanted to because some people were really truly free to play. I was a whale on it, and even as a whale, I saw it and I was like, bro, you guys are getting crazy. Because I came from Hearthstone. That's where Ben Brode used. That was his first game, and I still play it. I think that was his first game he developed, and I thought that was kind of greedy. Man, it was nothing to what was going on with Rivals. I mean, not Rivals, Snap. I still get an itch. Like, me and the boys will talk about it. When a new movie comes out, I'm just like, what the hell Marvel Snap's doing? What's that guy? The Jin, or... There's one major streamer, I think, for that game. I mean, there's a few. I don't want to say one. Hey, Binks Plays. I think I know this person. Yeah, I know him. Oh, who's Sizer? Top 10 Gaming. Did you play ranked in this? Who am I thinking of? Cozy Snap, Regis, Binks a lot. Yeah, there was another one.
It's the question we're going to see is, does Human Torch go back to middle? Because we played it on Topaz.
Hold up.
Immediately changed his mom.
So what's the rank now? Because before it was like, what, the legend rank or
I think it all comes... And running into Danish after this is everything, man. Oh, dude, we have the same avatar, too. Running into Danish with this is really funny because... We played against them yesterday and had like the most unlikely win of all time. It was literally like a 1 in 1,000 win. He came in chat afterwards and we talked about all the ways I could have lost the game. Which was many. Which was very many.
Hold on one sec. I want to check him out. Just trying to kill this fucker and I forgot I have my PvP gear on. So PvP gear scales in content. So you are always on the same level in PvP for the most part. You ever take a few item levels till the mid-season, right, when everyone kind of has their gear, but you're never really on an uneven playing field. Again, for the most part, the item levels get boosted up to a certain level, but I have to keep remembering to swap my PvE gear, otherwise I get clobbered by these because the item levels are way lower. Whatever the highest rank was, when I first played, I hit it, and then I just got addicted, and I was going for the top rank constantly. And then I kind of just got burnt out. But now, it looks like they have changed it, or no? Let me see. So many cards I don't know. Silver Sable? Hawkeye, okay. Rocket Raccoon, Iceman. Nico something? Goose? Hell yeah, Goose. What the hell is this?
We have a really good setup here.
Falcon, yeah.
Let's do it.
Bishop, Beast, Sage, I don't know. So many cards. For me, honestly, and I'll tell you right now.
I mean, that happens a lot with this deck that
I would still play this game if they changed the cosmetics, in a sense. I wish I could, so with Hearthstone, you're able to dust shit you don't like. So a lot of times if I collect and I try to play a certain, like 3 certain classes, kind of like the same class I play here: Rogue, Hunter, Warrior. I personally wish you could disenchant stuff to use it for other cards, like create maybe, or have like a resource to be able to collect other things. I don't mind paying a ton in the game if you can get that resource, some of the resources back, and then specifically go for like a card that you like, or like a skin you like in the game. I would love that. I hated having like all these skins. I collected them all, and then as I went on, I think I collected them all because I was so like I don't know. I just wanted to keep refreshing the shop, making sure I got the ones I wanted. And I wish if they did it differently and they created some kind of resource system where you can, you know, funnel. And I don't care if you had to like disenchant or delete so many cards to be able to craft a certain skin or a variant. I would have loved that. I think I would have still been playing. And I think if that was a way to do it at a better price point. I think the way I was playing it was way too much. And I just think, I don't know. I just think there's an easier barrier. I feel like they should have a different way to separate who's the free to play, like what they call it, the minnows, the dolphins, and the whales, right? You know, your 3 major tiers of spenders. And I think there was probably a healthier approach to it, to make it easier for the people who want to be free to play. And for the people who want to fully collect, sure, they have that. And the middle one is what I was hoping to be for that kind of game for me. Some of those variants were dope.
Azurite deposits have been located on an island off the coast of Feralus. We must...
Yeah, I'd be so lost right now. I'm kind of interested though. Let me see this guy again.
It is the key to victory. There's a rich Azurite deposit below us, heroes.
Binks Place. I don't follow this dude. Maybe I'll watch a little here and there. Prime subscription in a few days.
Anything but the toxin?
Just a sub out to the boy.
I'm coming for you. Minions to me.
Bruh.
This guy was dope. I remember him.
I had to land exactly there. I'm pretty sure I beat it anywhere else. Wait, do I still beat it? Oh. Yeah, I would have beat it
missed
middle.
this game a little bit.
No, I wouldn't have beat it middle. This wouldn't have gone up.
Redshift.
Well, I owed him those 8 cubes anyway, so that's fair. Jay Pautla, thank you so much.
Agatha. My man's got an Agatha.
Super appreciate it.
Who's
and thank you so much to Peter or PDD TV for gifting the sub. Thank you so much, PDD TV. Cormum.
He got it. A lot of people
resubscription.
Sometimes say paid aid, but it is PD. Yeah, man, that guy's still killing it. He's still rocking a little on Rivals or on Snap. Respect. The game was fun. It just, I think it could have been a little more accessible for some people. Yeah, some of the skins got crazy expensive, you know, and you're seeing it a lot. You know, I get it for like some of the people, like they want to cater to the whales who don't mind. Like League of Legends has what, a $500 skin? They had one at least for Faker or some shit. Crazy. But hey, you know, let them do that if people are gonna pay for it. But I just wish it was a little more accessible and just kind of revamped a little. The collection manager for me was a little tough. You know, the splits and having to go through your pages, the UI or the HUD. No, not the HUD, heads up display. I guess it would be the UI for that. The UI for that was a little much when I was trying to find the cards and look at them. But it could be just because I had so many different variant skins when I was trying to poach, you know, specific ones. And then when I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm going all of them. Oh. So yeah, this is PvP. Swap to PvP gear. This is an example of a battleground right here. Right here, we're trying to... This one's take the points. You have to be able to truly control it. Anytime you get hit, you can't capture it, so you have to kill everybody. Or sneak another area. There's different ones that spawn, and it creates certain pressure in different zones. Like this one just spawned. These ones are about to spawn soon. So you can say, okay, well, will I go ahead and Will I go ahead and sneak another one or help my team out? Grab one that's an existing one about to pop. Right over here, I'm fighting many. I'm probably going to die here. Oh, yeah. Step out. Nope. Dead. They also took out a lot of... Man, for Rogue, they took out this one ability where I literally put somebody in a duel where only me and them are seen. I literally exit combat. I'm just between me and him. I think you can still take area of effect damage or they can get area effect healed. But that was my go-to. So for BGs, Sub-Rogue were the shit. They nerfed them. I respect some of the nerfs. I honestly do believe that it was a little bit toxic. It was a little toxic. Not gonna lie. Oh, can I stop him? Stopped it. Okay. This right here, I'm just trying to dance on them for a little bit. I'm trying to just hold them off a little bit longer so it takes them more time to collect this resource. We're actually going to lose here. 800, 600. We better take this next one. None of you are doing any damage. Laughing my fucking ass off. Shut your bitch ass up. What a name. I'll definitely talk to him. I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna talk to him, see what's up. Oh yeah. Man, my cooldowns were coming up. Evasion, where I don't take damage. My dodge chance is 100% from physical. My cloak immunity against magic damage and removes effects. My vanish was coming up. I gotta think of another giveaway we're gonna do. I want to host something. I'm not sure what game it's gonna be. I have to take a look and see what's coming out. I think we took a look and I didn't see much coming out anytime soon. Smoke bomb, start gathering. I should be on defense over here though. When I smoke bomb, it's better for me to... Oh! It's better for me to control. Like if this guy was taking the point, which I didn't trust him, which is why I just started, I could smoke bomb and then crowd control this guy so he can still freely reign in over here. Okay. I'm getting double teamed here. Could have had this guy triple teamed. They got 3 on me. WoW never ends. Pete never trusts a random. Yo, Sam! Tanks work in PvP on certain maps. So that's a very good question. There's like a flag running map where you grab the flag and you got to run it across the way. Tanks excel obviously in that. Right now, I'll be honest, tanks are they're kind of down in PvP. In arena settings, there was a troll build where you would rock double plate. So plate takes reduced damage from physical attacks. And you could do a healer paladin. Fuck it, another tank paladin. And a tank warrior, and used to be able to fuck people up. And you're just strong as shit, slowly whittling down people and using some small self heals. It's no longer the case. They got nerfed into oblivion, which is probably better, but not for general PvP. I'm low-key upset that tanks are down bad. I created a warrior, not to be a big macho man with the sword. I want it to be a tank, a protector of the people. I want to fucking carry the flag. I want to protect people. I want to still be able to pump some damage a little bit. They were down bad. I don't know. I haven't played last season in PvP. I don't know if there has been changes. The thing with PvP is you really need to know so much. You need to know. I mean, look, there's like what, 11, 12 class. I don't know how many classes there are right now in this game. You have 3 different specs for each class. Then you have talent trees with different talents for your spec. So you got your spec subtlety. You got differences in your subtlety tree. This is your rogue. This is just, all right. So the rogue one actually, all right, rogue one's fine. Rogue talents, no matter what, it's pretty much the same. There are some changes because all of these are going to have the same rogue tree. But then you have your specs with spec trees to go through. So the amount of shit that you have to know for every single class is crazy. Yeah, so you can taunt, but you can't really taunt in this. You're more of like, you protect people. You can rush to intercept damage, intercept spells. You can basically be the one who's going to take the flag to the point. You can be the one who holds a point. There's capture the flag. There's domination. Oh, not domination. What would you consider? What is it? Hold the points or something? Whatever. I'm not sure what it's called, but there's roles where they can be the defender of a point because they have to take it. And the nerf, all right, so the reason why I can't catch a fucking break, I went to Rogue because of their sneakiness, and in PvP, I stopped doing arenas because it's very sweaty. I don't really like arenas anymore. I'm going to do it just for the transmog, most likely, in the mount. But a very low level. I'm not playing like, you know, you want to see high-end gameplay, you want to see the best person in the world on Evoker class, Kate will show you that. I liked I like BGs, and they gutted my class. They reduced the CC that I can do. They reduced some stuff. They straight up took away a talent. You see the Shift R right here. Shift R hurts the most. This was my favorite, one of my favorite. Smoke Bomb, if they ever remove this ability, I might delete my fucking class. I might stop playing this game. They took out Shadowy Duel right here. And that kills me. This honestly was abusive though. We were pretty busted in BGs. But now for like what you're saying with a tank can hold that. And I can't go in solo dolo. I used to be able to go in solo dolo. I learned from some of the best rogues in my server. Pretty high up across the world too. And they taught me how to like really manipulate stuff. They nerfed all that shit to the ground, and I no longer can be the same rogue I was before. I'm really just like, I babysit like points now, and it's gonna be boring as shit to watch. I would never want to stream, I think now, and it sucks. Of PvP BGs. I could, but it's just weak, man. It's weak. We got gutted. Pete loves getting triple team. Warsong Gulch. WoW had this. Then went simple. Then went simpler. Then now back to talent trees. And even Arathi Basin. That's what I'm talking about. That's my map. Bro, Arathi Basin? Oh. I think that's honestly my favorite BG map of all time. Arathi Basin. There's something about it. There's the nostalgia factor and the fact that it's just clean.
We have strayed from favor.
They looked up to Harold, the man. Don't listen to Sam right here. Florida Sam! Nah. They did me dirty, bro. They did. I literally still have this open on my tree. I haven't even put anything back. I keep it here. And I pray they added back. Bro, I pray they added. So this is a PvP talent. So it wasn't a talent you can use in PvE. There are PvP talents. Oh, they literally took away one of the best fucking abilities for years for PvP. Sharky, shut up. Please shut up. Shut your mouth right now. Respectfully. He does this all the time with WoW. It's a chill stream right now, Shark. We're chilling here, man. We're just chilling. Open a case. Oh, you sent me a message, I think. I didn't even check it yet. Hold on. I gotta check you out in a sec, Shark. What'd you message me before? Someone mentioned this game, The Scream. What is this game? Oh, Peak? I'll play some Peak. Yeah, I gotta pull it up live. Oh, Lord. Nah, no gotcha games. Give me content, Gamba. I'll give you content. You'll see the world's worst rogue, North America. We're gonna do some PvP. I'm gonna do a little arena. There you go. The one that I streamed the most has been mostly multiplayer games. I do want to add single player games. It used to be, it changed back in the day. You know, we played a lot of Call of Duty when Warzone came out. For streaming, like I started that idea when Warzone dropped. I was never a COD player. Really, I played the first two great ones, Modern Warfare 1 and Warfare 2, are the two greatest ones in my opinion. And then I popped back on during COVID times. Then it was League of Legends. We always had League of Legends every year. It still is a thing, man. I just took a little extended break, but usually every year I'm always back on League of Legends for a month. It's me and Sam. Yeah, Sam will get me itching anytime, bro. He'll be like, yo, Miracle Games. Let's get that Christmas miracle. Christmas morning. Let's get it. Halloween miracle. Thanksgiving. He's making up miracles. He's making up holidays just to call it a miracle game. Because it started off with like a Thanksgiving miracle, an Easter miracle. I don't know. What else would he do? He'll make up some bullshit like Thursday night National Puppy Dog Day miracle game. Pop on, Pete. But League is one that I streamed a lot before. I think Rivals right now is really, really fun. Any one that I can pop on and play with a lot of different people, I enjoy. WoW is not one that I'm going to be streaming. I will be doing a lot of off-stream stuff, but I do want to do, for this game at least, I'll probably keep some of the content. Look at this guy. He won't die. Is this Harold the Man on his priest? Oh. Wildgate's fun. Wildgate? No, I won't admit it, bro. I love Wildgate. We might do a Wildgate stream tomorrow night. PvP, how many are in a lobby? Depends. There's 10. There's 2, 3, and 10 for the most part. This is what I enjoy more. I like 10v10. I like big battlegrounds. But I do want to get some 2s and 3s in, probably for an easy rating. I want to hit 1800 for the MOG, and that's it. Anything over 1,000, you start getting stuff for the mount. Ooh, okay. But yeah, it's usually multiplayer games. I want to add single player in throughout the day. I just have to kind of pick a game and just, you know, devote some time to it. And when I have a little more time, today is a very short day. Tomorrow kind of will be until I think like next week, because Friday is a big day for me. I'm doing a very early day for commercial real estate, and the rest of the day I'm using to clean up the basement and kind of design things. I'm actually thinking about getting lights changed, Sharky. I want to get the ones where you can change the colors and maybe change the ambiance of the room. So I talked to this electrician kid, a young dude in his 20s, Cody, worked with my mother-in-law. He's the man. He's dope with things. He's created a bunch. He put a bunch of stuff already. He's got to do some of the stuff outside for our house. But yeah, he's a big Fallout dude. He was telling me to give Fallout a try on stream. Oh my god, this guy won't fucking die. When World Season is there, we all get the itch. That's what I was just saying, man. Every time when World starts coming in, you know, Sharky, I know it's been a while for you too, but you don't tell me you don't got that gold giveaway, whatever. RGB lights will never get as bright as normal ones. I don't need it bright though. I know what you like and what you want for the clips too, but I'm gonna change certain stuff around. I want to change certain things. I'm not gonna put RGB everywhere. I might have like, I mean, it could be everywhere, but I want to change certain colors in here. The back ones, you know, at least. And with it, I can kind of maybe fuck around a little. They need a stat squish. Right now, they need a stat squish. The numbers are crazy. Look at this. I'm creating this kid for millions right here. I also have to clean my UI up if I'm going to be streaming this game, which I don't think I will be. I'm kind of just chilling today. I should be on some Rivals, to be honest. But a stat squish is in order. Next season, for sure, Sam, there's going to be at least... Hold on, let me pop him. All right, he's dead. right now we're at levels where mastery is one of my best stats in PvE because versatility is at diminishing return levels. You know, you're gonna have crit now being more important. I feel like there's just it's just way too high. Next season, I think there needs to be a level change. There has to be like 5 levels or a stat squish for sure. Next expansion. They are getting really crazy. So WoW does have a BR mode, but it was temporary. It was Plunderstorm. Plunderstorm was dope. Plunderstorm was dope. They had the circle close in. You had to go grab some stuff instead of looting chests like Fortnite. You're killing some mobs and stuff. No, I think there were chests too, and things would pop up. They give you abilities. Totally different game. It was refreshing. It was their take on the battle royale mode. It's kind of fun. I gotta protect my boy here. See, this is the tank that I was talking about. Most likely, brown means he's a warrior class right here. That bar. And he's going to be very strong. I'm dropping a smoke bomb. They can't hit him. Dipping out here. Stun for you. Stun for you. Stun for you. Stun for you. He's out of his stun. I blinded him. I'm evasioning. I'm dead. Then I probably could have dismantled one of the guys to help him run. With Rogue, too, there's different ways to play Rogue. I honestly believe the best people that I've watched play Rogue primarily don't go for the big damage shit. Like right there, what I was doing is what people want to do in BG setting as a rogue. You want to control people. So you want to CC them constantly. You're just trying to... You're helping. You're like a healer, basically. Because if you're helping reduce damage taken, that, you know, more life for your guys. And then you obviously know how... You have to know when to switch it up, right? When to go in for the kill then. Bro, I'm getting mopped. But in a fight like this, there's a lot of times, man. I never look at, like, the guy before who was toxic talking about damage meters. No one's doing damage. No one's doing damage. It's more than just damage, this game. And the reason I like this class is it's a burst class. So if you manage your CC right, you don't have to worry about topping the meters. You're going in for specific kills. You're crowd controlling everyone and going for the kill when it counts, instead of slowly whittling them down. But there's different team comps. Some people do rot comps where it's just a pressure constantly on the healers, and that's a whole other story. Doing the competitive the competitive mode and looking at how you build a comp. Yeah, man, I love tanks, bro. This is a beefy dude, or is he... It's a ret paladin. Yeah, he's a ret. I need to change my spec. So I changed my gear, but my spec is still PvE for raids. I have 3 PvE specs, which is a little ridiculous. And this is how you can tell I'm kind of washed up in PvP now. I started going dungeon build, delve build, and raids. Delves are solo content, one-man dungeons. Dungeons are 5-man dungeons, and then the raids are the bigger ones. I need to put my PvP spec on. There's differences in what you do. There's ways that you can increase like your shadow damage, so you're bypassing plate wearers. I should be going for the squishies and the heals though. Nobody stopped them whatsoever. Laughing my ass off. Okay. I'm gonna stop them now. This guy can die here. Let's see, it doesn't matter my damage if he heals it back up. So you got to use your crowd control. And finding the healers. Right now, I don't even have one of the #1 add-ons. It's Battlegrounds add-ons. It basically is a must if you want to play competitively. I think I have it. I just didn't update it. And what I want to be doing is just literally just doing this to healers. Stun, 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 3 stuns, stun locked, or diminishing returns. Now I can do this. Usually you want to start with a sap, then you could blind him, then you stun him up. Then you wait for the diminishing returns to fall off after 45 seconds or whatnot, and then you do it over again. No one can heal him now. He's in here. He can't be targeted in a smoke bomb. But I'm out of cooldowns. I already blew everything. GG. Assassin role that plays as a CC healer. It's not like, okay, not a CC healer, but like, yeah, a CC. You're focusing more on CC. He's an assassin, and a lot of times in this, like if you watch one of the top guys, Perturb, he taught me a ton. And there's no two ways to skin a cat, you know, too, from like League of Legends, right? People are gonna have differing opinions on what's what. And it's just like this. I played with a few top guys, but I honestly believe Perturb he is ahead in terms of, I guess, like when you're looking at like legend ranks, right? Or champion, or what is it, challenger ranks. Like who's the better challenger player? There's differences within, and he was so big on CC. I pull up my meters, so if I play with him, oh my god, you see how many CCs he does versus how much damage he puts out. And he's just like, yeah, man. He's like, you gotta create windows of opportunity for your healers to be able to keep healing, crowd control them. They're doing reduced damage. You're dampening their damage. You're crowd controlling them so that now the healers can't, on the enemy team, can't heal up their guys. I mean, you know this. You play League. You know how it is. A CC healer is a wild title. Is this it? We win, right? Yeah, we win. All that crying for nothing. Were people crying here? See, look, feared. Out my mind. CC wins. This is something Dan Jassel taught us way back in the day with League, man. Or Dota. He knew it too, like when things got nerfed with like the chaining of Yules. Woo! Easy. Yeah. So your big ones. So like my burst. Right now, this is just regular BGs. It's random. It's some bullshit. The rated ones are a little different, and there's more coordination. First of all, everyone has to be on Discord. If you're not on Discord, forget it. You're not gonna win. I've done those, the YOLOs. You can get to a certain rank, but you're not gonna be able to push. You need to have comms, and I'm not popping my big CDs like that as reckless as I was doing. You want to hold them. Your main damage ones, 1.5 minute. Sometimes you're trying to combine things like PvE, like the Symbols of Death, 25-second recharge. There's certain times you have to wait. You're not always spamming this on cooldown because you want it to line up with some of your bigger ones. Like for PvE wise, for sure, it's a totally different ball game. But you have for the rogue class, man, it's like playing a piano. You have to know which ones to manage all at the same time. But for PvP, yeah, you want to hold certain stuff off. You'll see me blow through them because I don't give a fuck sometimes. But if you're in an actual PvP ranked setting and you're playing for high ratings, I'm not doing that. I'm holding those. I'm holding my evasions and my Cloak of Shadows. I might not care. I might want to die right there because the next push, now they're holding the flag. In regular BGs, it's not bad, but in rated, you start taking increased damage per second when you hold the flag. So those tanks are getting less and less squishy as the time goes on. Or excuse me, less tankier. They're getting more squishy. They're going to take more damage. So there's definitely times where I'd be like, fuck it, I'm not going to use this in the middle of this fight because we're at 5% dampening. When I die right here, I'll res. They're going to be at 8%. I'm going to save this for when I go in offensively to take the flag. I'll drop all my cooldowns. Boom, 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 boom. They can't touch me. They can't crowd control me. I got Cloak of Shadows on. I'm evasioning the physical classes. So yeah, it's interesting. Take a shot every time you die or do a backflip. I show speed views. No, Resvato. Take a shot every time I die? Bro, I'd be drunk. Yeah, so it is sloppy. My UI right now to see what's going on, and that's what I feel like when I look at like Valorant. My buddy showed me Valorant screenshot, right? It's a lot going on, and if you don't know what's what, it's so hard. It's very difficult, especially WoW, to see what's what. First of all, the abilities. Sam is right. I mean, the game was simple back then. WoW Classic, easy. Easy. Right now, too much. They just finally released this patch. The graphics tab. You can actually reduce the spell density. I put it on essential only, where you're not even seeing what other people are doing. If I put that on full right now, it's going to look like a shit show. You're not going to know what's going on because I don't know what's going on. I play this game. It is crazy. The clutter, the visual clutter. They've added so many things, and they kept the simplicity of it before. I used to be able to keep everything on like one little bar right here. Now I'm all over the place. I got keybinds for everything, and I still don't even have enough. Like it's insane. 1v1s are great. I love 1v1s. You can do like that's not for rank, but you can do duels outside. My cousin used to be the duel king. He used to play on my account because I mean he was a young kid, he didn't have money. I was a freshman in college, and he used to play on my my account, my hunter, and he made a name of himself outside, just sitting out there on the hunter, just PvPing the shit out of everyone. It was crazy. I used to have to tell people, like, when I'd play, they'd throw the duel for like, yo, let's get a game. Or I'll be like, yo, it's not Maze right now. It's Pete. It's like the main one who owns this. He's like, oh, okay. He was the duel king. He was the duel king for hunters. He's washed now. I'll fuck him up. But yeah, he was duels were very, very fun back in the day. Let's do one more BG just to finish this off. Because that was a Warsong Scramble. I finished the, what was it? The something different one? That was a PvP brawl. But yeah, I learned from one of the best rogues way back in the day, Wrath of Lich King, on my server. One of the best rogues taught me how to duel. And we played and played and played, and we didn't stop until I beat him. It took me a while. It took me a few days, but then I was finally able to understand things. And he showed me like the ropes, and then that's when I started really getting into PvP. Know some other many people ask people for 1v1 bet $5, they follow if you win. That's not a bad idea. I'm not dropping $5 a fucking duel. Bro, we're gonna be broke by the end of the day. $5 a duel. Give me a little to get back into the swing of things, man. I gotta see what people rocking. Oh my god, I'm gonna get my shit pushed in.
Step closer and don't mumble.
So like when Big Chris are on and like Will, like my boys and stuff, like I could duel them all day, right? Everyone outside, there's some savages out there. They'll take me for my money. It's the problem, man. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing Monday to Thursday daily. I want to do 10 to 2 or 10 to 4, but I'm trying to build in a night for the guys. And I think we can do once every 2 weeks for now. At least that's what I have on the board, a night stream. Tomorrow will be a night stream. I'll be on tomorrow night. No, I'm not losing all the duels, but a lot of the people who sit outside in the duels, they have duels under their belt, man. They know how to play the game. They're no chump. Sometimes. See for this, look, there's somebody's coming in. He's trying to get this. I sapped him. You can triple sap right here. You can have him CC'd for days. Sapped again, and you can see it goes further down. Now I blinded him. Oh no, I missed my stuns! Whatever. Sometimes I like to see if they're gonna pop their trinket. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm taking increased damage right here because I picked up that red thingy, but I also do increase damage. So I'm popping my defensives right now because I'm in the middle of it and I need to find a healer or a squishy. This rogue right here. Okay, I'm vanishing. It's a big cooldown, but he's in the back line. You want to get rid of these squishies. Anybody who's killing our flags. He's smoke bombing, so our guy's in trouble. He ran into the smoke bomb, which means he can't get healed, but oh, this is GG. This is a melee class. I can dismantle him 45 seconds. He can't attack with his weapon. Not for 45. 45 cooldown. He can't use it for 5 seconds. Right now, this one right here, I shouldn't have been going for that damage boost. A rogue on this map is going for two things: flag carriers and then just CC on everyone who's on our other guy. When I'm in between my cooldowns, my big ones, these, I'm just play defense. This is almost up. I'm gonna two-shot this fool. Oh, CC'd. Drop a smoke bomb. Okay, he's out. I'm stunned. I'm stun locked. Okay, I should have actually waited for my trinket to be up. Yeah, there are, but I don't think they're offering. They don't duel. PvP's kind of dying. It's not really a great game to stream, to be honest. If you're not doing PvE. PvP has been taking hit after hit after hit. My friends list right now, like, these are mostly PvE people. Like, all my PvPers aside from Cade, man, I don't even know. Even like some of the rogues, the old rogues I was telling you about. And aside, you know, Peekaboo does his thing, right? He's an exception. The guy pulls in numbers like crazy. If you want to see how to play rogue, people are just gonna go to him. If he has.
What's Gecko doing? Is he just spectating someone, or is he playing?
No. I'm on a black screen right now.
If Peekaboo is pulling, what is it? 11,000, 20,000, 34,000, whatever, coming in the day, and the second best rogue is pulling only. He's live right now. What does he have? He got 1,000 right now. It's very tough to break into it. Ooh, with case openings, things like that. Yeah. I mean, some people are very appreciative of gold. I mean, I have a million gold, which is not a lot right now, but I can give somebody 10,000. Like, I'll tip somebody 10,000 for certain stuff, and they're like, oh my God. And you got to think about it, like, not every person over here, even if, like, gold, you can buy 100,000. Oh, hold on. I gotta... Disarmed. There's way too many people with flags. We're losing everything. Oh, we lost the game. Bro, I'm using a fucking blind just to be able to reach him. That's insane. I'm dead. Duel people for gold then. If they lose, they follow Twitch and socials. I have to see what's legal. I think when you trade gold, you have to be very careful on what you do it for. People can get in trouble that way for sure. When I used to play, man, I used to donate. I would always just tip people, you know, for things, and people would say, like, just be careful with that, because Blizzard, they want people going into their own store and buying shit. I once bought gold on vanilla through a third party, and I got a 2-week ban or some shit for that. So it's crazy. They track it. They know. I don't know. They turn a blind eye. Like, this is how Peekaboo makes his money, though. He does stuff. His shit is hiding chat, and I know for a fact he does things like that. But he'll do stuff now where he'll be like, just give me a sub or whatever, and people sub to him that way. I know that's how he does things. He does follows and subs for things like that. That's not what I want to do. I'm not trying to do that, and I'm not at his skill level. But yeah, they trade rating, man. People want to get carried. I can get people up to a certain rating. That's what they do. The problem is Q is playing when certain people play. So Peekaboo doesn't play on his main. I mean, he does, but he'll lure his MMR, so he's playing with kids to get them easy ratings, and he's in there. You know, there's sometimes you just want to, and it's annoying. You just want to fucking have fun, right? Playing with your boys, and you're just versing rank ones, trolling on an alt or whatever else. And you go onto their channel and you see them. They're boosting people up. They're stomping the lower ranks to gain ratings for people. If I'm playing when he's on, there's no way I can help boost somebody else if I'm constantly queuing into him. because he's not a 1500 player. He's not an 1800 player. He's a fucking 3K rated player. The max is really like 2400, right? You say you're what kind of player are you? 18 or 15, 18, 16, 2400, whatever it is. But after 24, you're just playing for bragging rights or the leader. You're going for that challenger. You're going for challenger number 1, right? And that's what they do. And they're 3K rated. That's what Cade does. I could play with Cade. We could have... Hey, I could play with Cade. We could probably run some shit with 3s and he'd be carrying people. He'd be carrying... I'd be working with him. He'd be fucking low-key carrying us both. The people wouldn't want... I should have. I should be doing it every time. Dropping my Twitch in there. Anyways, I can't bore anybody else with some of this, man. I think at this point it's time to close up shop. I love their reactions, man. WoW is fun. But it's more fun with other people. And it's hard to do this solo. If you're doing it solo, you're like I don't know, man. I don't know what you're doing solo. You're creating the mount-off competitions that Asmongold was doing and just getting community to come around for PvE. He's a PvEer, right? The PvEers, I think, can get some more content in easier ways than PvP. There's not that many PvPers that are at the top level. Peekaboo is literally like one of the only ones that I can think of. I mean, obviously, like, yeah, like Soda Poppin' back in the day and some of these other guys who used to PvP hardcore, for sure. They made a name for themselves. But they're like PvEers now, right? They kind of say it too. Like, they're like a little more washed with certain stuff. There's a young generation now, man. There's people that are playing this game, like Perturb, that rogue kid. Bro, like, his dad still plays the game. He's like, yeah, man, I started playing this game because of my dad. I'm like, what? He just turned 18. I'm getting tips from this 18-year-old because he's playing day in, day out. But it's cheap, but wouldn't want to pay for it. They pay in certain ways. They give their WoW subs to the streamers for rating, because you can't pay for it. That's one thing. I mean, it's all, I guess, anything gold bot. People like fucking battle pets and shit. $1 million for this guy. Whoa! New patch! I had every pet in the game! I'm kidding, I don't have every pet in the game. I have every pet that you can buy from the auction house. Till today. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. See, this is how many pets that are available that I don't have because of the new patch. This is what I have in general, though. I have all this. I got gold cap and then some. I could literally sell all my pets right here and have enough gold to transfer to keep this game free for the next 10 years. You can't trade mounts. You can trade pets. No, you could sell mounts. I sold them out recently for like $1 million gold. These are all the mounts that you can buy right now. Not much. Uncollected. These are the only ones I need left. 2 milli? Wow, there's not much right now on the server though. Things are kind of low. Bro, I'm telling you, there's way more pets over $1 million gold. Hold on. Let me go on a different server. Let's see what I made. Oh, never mind. I sold one pet for $1 million. The mount didn't sell. I can sell this to somebody. This I can sell probably for $1 million. This is a different rocket. $1 million gold is not bad though. That's about $100, right? How much is a WoW token? Oh, 304? It was down to 200,000, 304,000. Okay, so not as much anymore. It's about a $60 pet per mount. Bro, my pets. I just started doing this recently. I have gold for days. My mounts, I'm no Asmongold, man. That guy's got like pets for days, mounts for days. But these I just started collecting just for the fun of it, and just because they appreciate some of them over time. Man, I had my old account before I even like made it my community account. I went in, I checked my pets. I made like millions just by putting my old stuff that were worth like nothing back in the day on the auction house. I don't know what I want to do right now, man. Ashkahet. Let me just go here and then I'll log off. But yeah, this game is way too big for people coming into it. This game used to be 2 zones, Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms. And even that was fucking huge. Huge. This is where you start off, Elwyn Forest. You're in Northshire. This is the big Stormwind City, baby. For the Alliance. Hey, for the Horde too. I love Horde. Then they made the expansion. Then you went to Outland. Then you went to Northrend. This was a whole expansion. These are the expansions of the game. Cataclysm changed the old worlds completely. The first ones. Mists of Pandaria. Into... Oh, Cataclysm was actually this. Maelstrom. Yeah. You went into the Earth. Oh, I forgot about that. The Lost Isles, Kiza. Crazy. I completely forgot about that. Pandarian to Warlords of Draenor. Old... Oh, shit. Draenor. Before Outlands happened. This was this world in the past. Then you went into... Where are we now? Legion. Broken Isles. Another planet that exploded. Kultiras and Zandalar. Battle for Azeroth. Shadowlands. Worst expansion I've ever played. If you didn't play this game during this time, you didn't miss out. And now you're in... Oh no, there was Dragon Isles. Derelict Cavern. Yeah. And now we're here. Where? Where the fuck are we? Khazalgar. Okay. I got so confused. I'm like, oh, we're right here. Where my character is. You're on this zone. Here. New Jersey, Undermine. This is the Atlantic City right here. Las Vegas. And then Karesh, the newest planet. That's it. The game is too much, man. Too much for new people. I don't think I could organize a PvP tourney because a lot of the people that I know that used to play, they don't play anymore. I don't know a lot of names, man, anymore. A lot of the top guys, they moved on or they play, but play super casual. It's tough nowadays, man. They've gone to PvE too. A lot of these PvPers. Somebody coming into the game now, it's a lot. It's like playing Final Fantasy, I heard. I don't play that, but I know my buddy said it could be a lot to just jump into it right now if you want to play into MMO. New viewers for the stream. Could I organize a PvP tourney? You want me to be soda popping over here? You know what? It's not a bad idea. I create my own community. I do something new. I could talk to some people, but I have to find the right people, man. Right people for the stream, right people for the content. There's a lot of toxic people, man. When we were playing, there was some drunks that were just fucking beyond toxic. Created such a nasty environment for like especially like some of the female viewers too. What a fucking shame. Jesus. All right, we're done here, guys. No more WoW for the week. So yeah, so Monday to Thursday is going to be mostly mornings. I might do Thursday as a night stream, to be honest. I think that might be the best, to have Thursday as the night stream. We'll talk more about it soon, though. Anyways, I gotta roll. It's 4 o'clock. I have another hour left where I want to do some things on the side right now. I have to take care of a couple things. I'm gonna call Nick in a few. But we'll chat. We'll chat again soon. I think we have we have a lot still we have to do. I still have to get the website up. I still have to plan when I'm going to do my single player games. I think the Thursday nights are best for multiplayer with the boys. We'll do a little Wildgate tomorrow, a little Rivals, a little COD. But I want to figure out when I can throw in that Hades gameplay or any of these single player games that I want to add. I just have to structure it well. I think we can do something though. Oh, I wanted to talk to you, Sharky, about the type of content too. I want to have like 3 different ones. Reacts, kind of what my first impression of watching somebody else. Playing it myself, and then reviews. Kind of give my review of what I believe, you know, either the expansion, a new character, whatever it is that's come out. Maybe just the game itself. Swift, man, I appreciate you coming through, man. It was good seeing you, good talking to you. We'll get some structure going on. I really do want to have it a little more streamlined. It's just been tough to try to make some time right now in between my real estate stuff that I'm doing on Fridays now. Sometimes it bleeds over into the week. It takes up some time. But we are moving. We are consistent at least. Sharky knows back in the day it was hard for me to at least come on daily. Now it's kind of a mixed bag of when I've been on and how long I'm going on, but we're going to nail that soon. Nikki also, her random schedule. Oh, so one thing is, the main thing is Nikki's schedule is random. It's going to a more solid schedule in less than a month. In September, she's going to be normal schedule, and I'll have a normal like stream times. It won't be random days where I can't do the night here, I can't do a morning here. It's going to be clear cut, very simple. We'll talk about it. React content, it might not, but it is still part of what I'm going to be doing. So I want to have a section towards that. So at least a clip. It's not really what I'm going to be doing for the most part. You know what I mean? And I don't know how true I believe that. I know there were some people that were talking about React content, even for new beginners starting stuff. At least reacting to content from top players and putting yourself in that position of saying, okay, these are the people I watch. This is the communities I'm like involved with. So I don't fully know. I don't believe that. I do believe with you that it probably isn't going to be something that goes viral, right? But it's part of like the brand of what I want to be creating, like a type of like, remember when I was talking about like skits for the show, like things that people can tune in and see. But it's not just me reacting, scrolling for hours on watching other people's content. The main thing is truly, yeah, like I want to create my own. But so the plays and the reviews are very, very important. But I eventually want to not really react, but it's more of like, I do want to take a look on stream and see what's going on in the market space for gaming and just my reaction towards it. Or my comments, maybe. Maybe it's kind of like a review of it, but I think it's under that React umbrella. If that makes sense. I thought about that, man. Yeah, it is definitely, it can be lazy content for sure. The way that if you're just, some stuff is for sure, like it can be. But I have to look at it from like, you know, like more of how late night shows or even like the news talks about things or they cover topics. It's more of that. It's not really reacting fully, you know, it's something that's going to be a part of like my channel. Like people come in, they're going to watch those stuff no matter what. If it's not from me, they're going to get it from Reddit or whatever the source. So I want to have certain part, maybe react is not the right word for it, but I do want to have 3 main portions of what the stream can kind of be like. But we'll talk about it. It is lazy content though. Some of these react stuff, like some of the ones are just, yeah, I know what I think I know what you're talking about too, where I don't want to do that like that. It's like, it's beyond like lazy. It's kind of just even ripping people off. I don't know of what they put out, but we'll talk about that, man. Games of the family is something interesting and I've considered it, but I have to think about fully with like the family and what I want to put the kids in front of. Like Sophie's always wants to, she's like, oh, I want to be on stream. I want to be on stream. but it's something I have to manage, and what's appropriate, you know. I would love to. I thought about getting a little like camera dock thing, or just throwing it up in the living room and we can play around, or I don't know, have a separate camera and have something else recording it. But that's going to take some time or a little investment into something for that. And I also just don't know what I want to showcase yet with kids. It is, no matter how you put it, it just works and it's entertaining when you know the topic from an expert perspective. Sort of, but not really. It's more of like, I think, because then you got to say that about like all entertainment. Like there's a lot of like news sources and other things that like, it's not, if you're looking at the people who are just going like, oh, and watching somebody do something the whole time versus a portion of it. I'm trying to do more of like, you know, the shows that you see on TV, and how their take, maybe it's more of a take. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wouldn't say no matter how you put it. I feel like there is still a way you can make it where it isn't like with there are people who definitely just like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, I think. If I just want to see 5U's ending, giving his take on some random drama, I'm skipping that. But it's not about the short term. It's more of like the long term. So in the beginning of any kind of show, I want to have like a framework of when I'm going to go on and look at maybe like Reddit or YouTube or pull something up. And that's part of like that React umbrella. Not really a React, me basically tuning in, seeing what you do. Like when we were younger, you know, think about like, you know, college days when you're coming back home and you're with the guys and you're just pulling up like stupid shit back in the day. You're watching like 100 corgis run up the stairs or something. You know, you're just watching something. You're scrolling. You're seeing some fun stuff. You're just kind of chilling. Or at night when you're doom scrolling. You know, but it's not. Some people, I think it's just like something that I want to be doing regardless, and I will probably do it. But I don't know. I'm not gonna make it a big thing, and I'm not gonna make like. I want to have maybe a clip of certain stuff that I talk about. Kind of like, you remember what you said when you were talking about like the politics and whether you react to certain things that are happening. Whether you're like a 5-viewer Andy or 1-viewer Andy, whatever they call them, 10-viewer Andy or not, like there's still something that you want to do. Whether, you know, you're thinking in your mind you have a huge audience or not. If you know what I mean? Yeah, right now it's never gonna, I mean, it's not like you're talking about like attracting viewers. No, it's not gonna really attract people. I don't think it'll circulate. No one's ever gonna say, look at this guy watching this or reacting to something, and spread it. Like, think about all the things that we share. Most of the things we share is something that's gone viral from usually like the top people, and maybe here and there like some growing ones. But I don't know, like I need to be like authentic still to what I want to do. That's true. With children, it could be a privacy concern for sure. Yeah, no, it's tough. Like I want to, I'm all about it, but I know like my wife too, she puts the children in certain videos and she's got to think about certain stuff where she's like, she's not sure if she wants to do certain things for the kids. We talk to them about certain things too, but I would love to eventually. It's just tough times, man, with things, and I don't know. That's what you do should be ways to attract people to the streams. When you're thinking of it, for sure, like in a business aspect, yeah. And not even, I guess if this is like, if I'm making this hobby a career, for sure, you need to have that in mind always. And it changes the nature with certain stuff, even with gaming, you know? I have to do certain stuff. I'm always trying to balance that fact. Like right now, there's certain things that we do as a hobby that I can't, that might not be what I want to portray on the show. You're right. Like you're not gonna stream certain things. You could, when you're big, it doesn't matter. People, I guess, will follow you or sit there forever. But in the beginning, for sure, I want to start focusing on what we can do to put out some worthwhile content for people to be entertained. Yeah. Work hard now so that you work less. Yeah, I mean, it will be. I think no matter what, even when I'm like, even if like we get crazy viewers in the future, right? That's the goal. I still think I want to do some of the things that I want to do, but I still have to maintain that, to remember that to still entertain and do certain things, I have to think about it in a different way. Like Nick, when she was putting her videos out, she's doing it because she loves it. And she's changed her ways to be able to get contracts now on social media. You know, when she had 500,000 followers, it was easier to be able to do that, right? But she still was like, you know what? You know, she got caught up in certain things and said like, I still want to do these put out other content that I want to do no matter what, whether it's a few viewers or not. And I kind of respect that in a sense, because she doesn't mind if it has low views, because she still has her main job. It's still a hobby to her, and she's not fully making it, you know, like the death of, like, look at Blizzard Entertainment, man. When the games are done, when it's done, and the things they used to do and the stories they used to tell versus we got to meet the demands, the deadlines, we got to make quotas, we have to deal with our shareholders. That shit kills creativity and so much. And it's a shame. But I mean, yeah, like this isn't just like a full hobby or, you know, a charity for giveaways. There's still that business mind that we're trying to still do. Like, I'm paying you for certain things. I have to be able to afford certain stuff. So yeah, you're right with certain things like that. I get that. And I'm with you on that. But I still want to create certain stuff. Reacts, plays, reviews. How I choose the react thing, maybe it could be more of like a review in a sense. But there are things that I would like to watch because I do it regardless. If I don't do it on stream, you know, I'm doing it at home. And I don't want to be doing, I've been trying to reduce my time on the phone. I know I've spoken to you about it, like when you're like, oh, I just want to check this or that. For certain times I have to like close out Discord, close out Reddit, close out YouTube, close out this, close out Twitch. So if I do that on stream time, I have to build in more stream time to fit all that in. I feel like, I don't know. People will watch you changing diapers. She wasn't branding yourself. You're the star. Your amazing. People want to know everything about you. It can be a multiple, like if you're saying you're a streamer and you're career minded, yeah. But I've talked to Nick's dad about things too. Like he wants to, you know, he's always talking about the business aspect. There's different trains of thought. I think his is very business oriented. Nikki's is more of like, you know, hers, she does things as a hobby and still makes a side income. I have to figure out my footing for that. And if it's my career, yeah. I can bet he's not. Yeah, he's a businessman through and through. He looks at it though from, you know, a business standpoint. He takes a look and sees what other things are, and I've talked to him about certain stuff. And he's not, but he would. I mean, he's encouraged me to do this. He's like, I see the business. I see the potential in this kind of business. Subscription based. All his stuff kind of went to, you know, software as a service, or subscription based is huge for him. I think that's his newest company that he started to do and try to develop because of, you know, the business model. So what's that? Boot up another. Next one, Sam. I think we're done, man. There's a few minutes left before I gotta close it for the day. I'm just trying to think about, you know, how we're gonna manage this or what I'm gonna do. But it does have to be entertaining. So you're right. There are certain things that, but if I do on the side, I'm not gonna be in the beginning doing it on stream. It's such a strange game. It's very hard to rep. Yeah, and that's what a lot of even like some of even the bigger streamers mentioned it. And I'm also like talking based on things that I've witnessed and what I've searched. When I wanted to get into streaming, or when I thought of the idea, I started looking into them, talking about how it kind of killed their hobby. You know, they made it more of it's a business. They did things business oriented and business minded. A lot of the games they couldn't even play anymore, they felt like. But that's because there's also that pressure once you're up top and you're making money and you're providing for a family. You start having like different expectations, or maybe you have a different lifestyle, and it's tough. Like I see it too, like from Nikki's dad's point of view, when he's a businessman and what he does. My man doesn't need to do anything. He's big enough where he can change diapers on stream. He doesn't need to do anything. But in his mind, he's constantly on a grind. He's, you know, there's always more. Sometimes people get caught up in that. I'm trying to figure out how to manage it where I can still be authentic to myself, but still make it entertaining. I have to be like business oriented for sure, Shark. You know I'm with that. But yeah, the React I think is just a little different definition or what I'm trying to think of the kind of content and clips. I want to show you. There was a guy I want to show you of what I think he does, which was pretty cool in how he built his audience. He's been doing it for like 7 years too, so it does take some time. But I'm gonna share it to you a little later. They get shorter and shorter, Sam, right now, because I've been getting on a little later. I know. Tomorrow we have a full one though, 5 to 11 at night. Sam, pop in, baby. We'll be in there. 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. To me, it sounds so crazy viewing this as a business. I'm feeling violated. It's easy when big infos do that, and it kind of throws me off. Yeah. No, it's annoying. But like, I mean, do you view like when you put the TV on? Do you view that as like a business? Like the Late Show. Do you feel that those are like businesses, or is it just like entertainment? Yeah, we got a night stream tomorrow, baby. Finally. Swift, maybe pop in for some Wildgate with us. Hey, we could use a fourth. Me, Ant, and James need to run it back. We need to get that dub. But I hear what you're saying too, Shark. I hate that. But look at like Tim the Tatman, man. He started his career off streaming WoW. He would never pull the numbers he does right now if he's still doing it in the way he did it. And he's talked about certain stuff, you know, the love of certain games and how he's treated his stream. You see them ham it up. You know they dial it in. You know their React content too, and how they go. And I guess him hyping up some of these Marvel skins, man. Some of them are straight trash. I'm just like, God damn. Things you do for a sponsor or whatever sometimes. I get it. You don't watch shows like that, but I get it. Oh, you don't watch that. News? What about the news? They're in the business of selling fear sometimes nowadays. What do you... Oh, you just watch like TV shows? But even that is I mean... A lot of things like later on, I realized, especially with jobs, like which ones are like non-profit and which ones are for profit, and how things eventually boil down to with like bottom line. Dealing with commercial real estate, seeing people looking at the bottom line and taking it out. Like you can go do residential real estate and you're selling people on the dreams, the homes, the feeling of the house, how you picture yourself in the house, right? What you can imagine in the long term, growing a family in this house, seeing all that and building it into the price and trying to sell it a different way than the commercial aspect where it's all numbers and business and profits, and you're looking at things and you're saying, okay, well, is this an opportunity? Is this is there a lot of foot traffic here? Are there other companies coming in that are going to bring value to the area? So it's really different, and it's like annoying to see, you know, sometimes how businesses can be. I don't know, man. Sam could talk to you about that too with real estate. What's your input on that, Sam? The hyping overreaction is not shady in my eyes. It's making things more entertaining. Look at Shroud. He has dead reactions, but he's a god gamer. It's not that it's not shady. It's just that sometimes what they say or how they promote something versus what it really is can be a little like not deceiving, but it's just not true. Like if they truly believe it, like I like that. If I see somebody stream, they say they made $100,000 contract. Oh, like the Hearthstone guy, This Guy's Toast. So he's talked about it where you go watch his old streams of some things he got paid for, 100,000, whatever it is, big contract. You can tell, man. And it's just like, it's not genuine. The reactions or what he's talking about, and the stream would say stuff about it. He went to Facebook and he's back on Twitch, and I think he's in a better place now with what he does. But you can definitely see certain things with that. Shroud has dead reactions for sure. He's a god gamer. Yeah. But I also, I mean, personally, I watched his Wildgate stream. I really don't watch Shroud as much. He wouldn't be probably my type of streamer to probably put on. I'd watch him for sure. But I feel like if there's other people on at that time, sometimes I look for others. I usually like to check out what he's doing because he does play other games for sure. You know what I mean? Holy shit, Rose of Thorns is here. Rose is a name I haven't heard of in a long time. I believe he wouldn't make it if he starts again from nothing. Who, Shroud? You don't think he'd make it? He puts time and effort though, but like look at like Summit and all these other guys or Ninja. I don't know. Like there's some people that I'd watch. I guess Summit would be one. Well, no, he's sometimes funny and entertaining with some things he does. Rose, what's up, Rose? You still playing League? Holy shit. We're getting some old heads in here from way back in the day. Rose, we had Odd Revy was in here the other day. Did you see him in here? Holy shit. Are we playing League tomorrow? Holy shit. He's God Gamer when they weren't many like him. But I still think his show that he performs and how he talks and how he presents himself, though, I think that makes up for a lot of that, for Shroud at least. Queso's crushing it, man. He does. He's hella funny. He really is. But yeah, like I said, there's differences in terms of what I believe is not the appropriate way, just I guess the way I would. I don't know, man. It's a lot. It's a lot to look into and talk about. But there are certain streamers that I know more recently, especially where streaming has taken, where I watch them. I'm like, these are the kinds of streamers I watch consistently, and I look at across the board how they do things, what they do, what they've talked about, and I can relate to them a little more, and I resonate more with that. Not that you can't be doing the hobbies and the other things and not treating it as a business or treating it as a business. I think there's not one way to do it. There might be some more than others. You know, sometimes a squeaky wheel gets the grease. You see it. You see with some of these loud ass streamers and their reactions and how they ham it up. But you know, at the end of the day, I got to figure out a good balance of what I think is okay, and we'll figure it out. But we'll talk about that all later, man. I'll send you the clips and I'll talk to you about the 3 kind of main things I want to start doing for clips, and we'll work on it from there. It's a guilty pleasure at this point. A relationship is terrible for you, but hard to leave. You're talking about League? League honestly felt that way. It still does. I kind of want to play it, but I'm also like, no, within a month, like it's gonna be like, it's gonna come soon though. Worlds is coming and we'll be back. I see the most similar to Tim the Tatman. Yeah, probably. In terms of like everything, in terms of how he does stuff and what he's at, his kind of skill level and what he portrays, what he kind of talks about, his stances on certain stuff, and how he kind of would run the stream. That's a good starting point too. If you want to take a look at inspiration from that, for clips and what we can do, we can talk about that. We've got so much though on our plate right now, Shark. I got to talk to you about more things too. We're working on it this week though. Let me finish up Friday morning, a nice early commercial time with Jay up north. I'll come back home and maybe I'll put on Discord while I'm cleaning and we can chat. We'll talk about things. Yeah, it took me a second. I was like, the relationship thing. I'm like, hope everything's okay with the fam. And then I'm like, oh, she's talking about League. Of course. What else? Last clip was a nice combo play from Oz. I think you could have reacted better to it. Yeah, I mean, I have to ham this up. I don't know if I saw it. I think you sent me something, Shark. I have to double check. But keep reminding me on those times about dialing it up. You see something in there, say, hey, have something like this. Let's change something up a little bit. Show me another clip of somebody doing something. Maybe we can figure it out. We'll piece it together. If you want my advice, I think you overthink. Just play and enjoy the vibes. You'll gain a following slowly, but your fun chill vibes will gain more. That's what and that's what I was trying to say. Like, I'm not really trying to, I'm still trying to have it as a hobby and kind of do things that I like. And that's what I was originally leaning towards, but still saying I could include the business. And I think Shark was saying no. And I'm like, well, this is what I feel about it. I'm not 90% gonna be doing it just for, you know, the business. I need to be able to enjoy my time still. And I think that's honestly when Nick was the most successful in enjoying her time on social media. In more recent times where it had to deal with contracts and this and that and what you're gonna put out, you're taking away from the fun of why she liked doing it in the first 2 years before she got, you know, a following anyways. I think it's a good thing too to kind of like sometimes take a step back in life and just like, hey man, find that balance. Make sure you're not too far on one side or not. But yeah, if Sharky's on board with that now again, then thank you, Rose. She talks about certain things though that like, well, some stuff now. Back then it was geared more towards people who wanted to be a doctor, and then child development and some other stuff where now I think she's kind of trying to do things differently. And that's also, yeah, and that's also part of why certain things might, what we talked about, might go viral more, depending on what you put out. Like if she didn't do those certain things and she didn't do controversial things, it may not have gotten to that level. So it's tough. It's a tough thing, man. Hey, in general, we'll figure certain things out. Day by day, at least we're consistent now. I've been doing my workouts daily. I've been doing at least popping on, even though I know it's only been like some 2-hour stretches. We're doing it. A couple I started following who plays Apex together, and they don't have many followers, but they have maybe 5 to 10 viewers to stream and start out with none. I go back occasionally because they involve their followers in games and they're just the fun to chat. So they're also relatable. Yeah. That's why I also want to like hit home on the family stuff and the other things we talk about, because that's part of like our life, you know? Like back then, I realize now, seeing it from a different point of view, like one of our boys, he would never make it to certain events. And I didn't get it because a lot of us didn't, because we weren't a father yet. We didn't have a family yet. And as soon as the family came in, then we're like, oh, I see why he couldn't come out all the time for these things. So now most of our friend groups now are people now who have families. We're able to relate about, you know, day-to-day activities, our plans, our things that have changed, our mindsets. So it's interesting. I could try. She's not a gamer though, man. I'm not sure. I don't know, man. I don't know if she'd get salty on there if she loses. I've seen a few times on Mario Kart. So we'll see. It would be cool though. We wanted to play a co-op game, the It Takes Two game. I heard that was a good co-op game for couples, and I wanted to. She could be a doctor in RPG 5. She'd be a great healer. She would like that role, you know? I think she'd love that. You should. Stream it up, Rose. Right now, ladies tend to creeps too, which is why. Yeah. I do feel bad. Like, I feel for like the women that have to deal with a lot of shit from men, and the guys who just like don't get certain things and make things uncomfortable. You got to find the right balance, the right kind of people to chill with and that aren't weirded out. You get a lot. I mean, you know, this hobby, sometimes you get people who have, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's social skills or whatever that they may not have grown outside of gaming, but I do feel bad for a lot of like women, and I think about it for like my daughter, you know, and she wants to be on stream and do certain stuff. I'm thinking about like, okay, if she ever wants to like pretend in the future, but what are the things she'd have to overcome as a female? Split Fiction. I saw that. That looked pretty cool. That's the same person who made that's the same person, right? With It Takes Two. Yeah. A Way Out. What was this? Split Fiction. I heard there's a hard mode thing though in here that's insane to beat. You have to have like precise movement or timings, and you have to have both people on board, which would be crazy. I'm gonna try It Takes Two. Shark, you played it? I mean, the girl on my Amazon Prime subscription. She has boobs out for viewers and is open about that. But she's also funny as fuck, so I enjoy her streams and trolls the men too. Hey, as long as she can troll them back, hell yeah. That's the thing too. I try to teach Soph too. Like, you know, I let her know that the world's gonna be, you know, a certain kind of way sometimes. It's just kind of, I don't know. I want her. She's very kind and caring, compassionate. You know, I can see already at her age, but I want to make sure that she has some little grit to her too. What's the other way to keep things private and put down the creeps so I can see it working out? Yeah. We had some League of Legends players that we played with before in the corridor. Got a little creepy. Talk about that another day though. It Takes Two is also a really fun puzzle game. Ooh. Okay. We have it for the Switch. I just never played it yet. We Were Here? That game? I don't think I've heard of that one. The one that I want to try with the kids. I don't know if it's appropriate though. Let me pull it up. I've played it. I wanted to see if Portal and Portal 2 is okay for kids. Do the jokes and the things go over people's heads? I feel like I wanted to give this a shot. I have a hard time with figuring out what's age appropriate for the kids, because when we were growing up, you know, a 90s PG-13, that's a rated R today's age. And we watched everything when we were little, man. 4 games total. Portal and Portal 2 I wanted to play around with, you know what I mean? Ooh, Cards Against Humanity, group games, okay. You know, we just started with board games. I started buying board games. I was never a board game person, but you know, I saw the similarities between some of the games that I play now. Like even some of these MMORPGs like WoW and shit. If I look in, well, I guess different genres of different for board games. I didn't even know how many different genres there were, but I started to get a few of them now, entry ones for the kids and the family to play with. So we'll see. Yo, Collier's in here. Ned couldn't see Independence Day? No way. No way his mom didn't let him watch Independence Day. Get out of here. Yo, but we brought, oh my God, dude. This is like my birthday. You remember at my house, Collier? Don't be a menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Whose idea was it to bring this movie? I don't need to see if this is a rated R film. Whose idea was that to bring that to my house? Do you remember when my mom came in and she saw this and she's like, what the fuck is going on? Oh. Yeah, see, the kids will like it for the puzzles. A lot of stuff will go over their heads. They saw, even like when I was putting on I put a show on Avatar, what is it? Avatar Legend of Korra. And there's a lot of things that go right over their heads. There's some dark themes in there that they don't really get. So it's fine. Portal 2 is kids friendly. Okay, Sharky. Uncle Sharky says it's approved. We're putting it on for the kids. I ran into Mr. and Mrs. You smell at the movies? It could have been Bobby. I don't know, man. But we were watching. I remember my pops brought me. It was him and his friend or whatever. They wanted to, or was it with our uncle too? I feel like my aunt was there too, and they pulled us out the theater so quick. We watched Terminator 2 in the theaters. I saw the scene of the person getting blown. It was like the dream scene where this is 91. I was 5 years old. I was probably 5-6 years old or something watching this. And seeing her on the fence get blown away, and I remember my mom covering my eyes, and they just took me out the theater. I think they took me out. Did they just cover my eyes? I just remember, like, the shit that we saw, man. Yeah, there really isn't, I don't think, a death scene. I think there's, like, elements that you can be like, oh, shit, somebody died here or whatever, but they're not gonna, it's gonna go over their heads. Fall games for the, yeah, Fall Guys for the kids. That's not bad. I saw Jaws as a toddler. Bro, I hate going to the ocean nowadays. even without seeing Jaws, man. Just some of the stories. We went scuba dive, or not scuba diving. We went it was just snorkeling off one of the coasts in Hawaii with Nick. And it's just like crazy to think, man. You looking down here and you're in the ocean and there's just like endless whatever. Bro, it's creepy, man. And me and Nick were like, that's it. I don't think we'll do this again. Because I swear, like a month later, there was a tiger shark killing in one of those same things. A group of people, and they go out and they snorkel a bit and they go back in or whatever. And I think somebody died, an older woman. So it's like, it's crazy, man. You never know. I can't be afraid of everything. And obviously, you know, there's statistics and whatnot. But I'm good, man. I could Grudge as a kid. Oh my God. I saw Grudge when I was a teenager and I couldn't even drive home without that fucking thing. Oh, was it not Grudge? Was it Grudge? There was another. Was it Grudge? Yeah, it was Grudge. I'm thinking first of all The Ring, but no, the Grudge or Grudge 2, the one with the little kid with under the steering wheel thing. Bro, I was a teenager. I was still scared. I was like in the car, like, all right, am I good here? Oh man, yeah, the rip currents are scary. That's what kind of scares Nick with our kids. She's just like, she says all the time, like, we'll just take them to the pool right now. Those can take you, man. We felt it when we were younger. Me, Dean, Ross, we'd be in the beach. We would be at the beach every day in the summer, and there were certain times where we felt like, whoa, like, I don't know, like we got lucky. Anyways, we gotta roll now for sure. I have 20 minutes. I gotta talk to Nick about a couple things before 5. And yeah, we'll be on tomorrow night. Tomorrow we'll have a late night one for sure. So we have 2.5, way too young for anything. He holds the controller. It's unplugged, right? Like, you know, Sophie and Mason give him the controller to pretend he's playing. Mason's 4.5, but he's got some gaming in him, man. He picked up quick. And Sophie, we played a little, like, she's 7, so we've played a few things so far. Marvel Midnight Suns. Mason would like that. Sophie, I have to see. We just got the PS5, so I'm thinking maybe, I don't know how it controls though. I was thinking about the Hogwarts game, the Harry Potter game, but I think I talked to Bobby about it, Collier. I think he said he got that for the kids, but his daughter's older, man. She's like, is she about to be in high school? I don't even know. But yeah, man, I'm gonna head out now, guys. We'll chat more tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow, 5 p.m. to 11. We'll be on. Minecraft is always a big one, and I hear you, Shark. These are the best, man. These are the best. We might have found our niche. Story time with Pete. We also got a lot of OG heads in here, man. Collier's one of the boys, man. He was one of the Freehold Rugrats right here. Oh my God, he mentioned the Eastmans. Oh my God, guys, that house was wild. We had a wild time. I sometimes like wonder, like, are my kids gonna get this experience? We had a wild time, man. Looking back on it, like, oh my God. Yeah, we're gonna post too. I didn't even post on Discord. I didn't post on Facebook, Instagram, anything. Because today I knew it was gonna be a short one. I hate doing a short one. We'll get the chat active, man. The house was wild, man. I was on the end court. He was in the middle. And we had Keith Lambert right over here. Ross over here. We had Mazer over here. Across the way, Barrow over on the other side. Andrew Jags. We had Collier holding it down. Collier and Bobby, the double house. Bros, you're not in the Discord? Stop. We still have Odd Revy in there. You remember him, Mr. Quinn. Mr. Quinn top. I'm not letting anyone take Quinn top. He's going to Shen now. There it is. Yeah, Rose, you have to be in there. Maybe not. Keith, I haven't talked to in years, bro. I miss Keith Lambert. We still reference Kahul Kahid, his screen name from AOL, Kahul Kahid. I branded him that name, man. He was like, "Cool Kid doesn't work." I'm like, why don't you just make it like cool like school? And he rocked it, and we still fuck with him. Kahul Kahid, Keith Lambert. Oh, love the boy. Oh, the memories, man. We had a crazy childhood, and I really just pray and hope our kids have that. I sometimes just worry, but no, they'll be fine. I look at Nikki's sister, right? Because she was like not like our baby, but she was like in diapers when I met Nick, and seeing how she grew up and what she had a lot of she was always active in a lot of things, and she really at a young age learned her theater appreciation, what she wanted to do for life. But it's just different. The development was different. I don't know what to say. Maybe it's just more of like the townhouse life, that development, the little courts. I just hope the kids have a lot of friends growing up, and they can have memories and you know, all that. Get a lot of life experiences early. Yeah, it wasn't active, Rose. I figured you were probably there. There's so many people that came in and left, man. I apologize by that too. We were going strong. Rose is an OG. She was there in my first 5-month spree. That's what I consider my first time streaming, right? When it was like 50, 100, 200, 400, $800. Like every month was doubling up, and I was consistent. And then I think it was either Mason or Noah was born, and then I stopped. So I don't blame anyone who left. I felt so bad. I treated somebody out to dinner. I gave somebody some extra money because they were subbed in. They were like, hey, I've been subbed for 2 years. I'm like, oh, broke my heart, man. But we're going to be more active for sure. Yeah, you know how it is. It was a tough time. But we're back now. We're back. We'll be consistent. Chat! I'll catch you around. I like the ideas. I like the stuff that we talked about. I'm going to take into consideration a few things, and we'll try to work on it. As always, thank you guys for your time. Thank you for everything. I appreciate you guys being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. 5 to 11. said, I'm milking those 3 minutes. Oh.